The synchronization should be fine. If it's not, I'm throwing this PC out the window. Welcome back to Roll4It.
We sacrificed at least 2 babies. It's fine.
It's okay, they were just bantams.
Wow.
Meant the babes.
Wow.
Oh,
Babes.
Wow.
Thank
Babes.
you
Babes.
Thank you to
Babes.
Texas for supporting today's episode.
Yeah.
This is you did this. You made this happen.
It's your fault.
We're
Still
here.
dead.
We need to sacrifice more children.
That's fine. I mean, what have you got planned for this evening?
Are we talking potential children or actual children? Because one of those ways is more fun than the other, you know?
I've got a... Yeah, okay.
I think both have repercussions.
You've got what? I'm
Nothing.
afraid.
It's a
Wait,
good thing
what?
I didn't finish that sentence for a very specific...
Josh is pregnant!
Oh, God.
Congratulations, friend. We're gonna celebrate with a horror episode.
Let's do it.
Okay, so before we get going, let's say how you can support us so that we can pay for better tech and not have this happen again. The main method that you can support us by is through Patreon, where there are various tiers that you can support at to give you various different rewards. For example, at the lower end, you can get access to MP3s of all of the episodes, with bonus features of audio spikes being edited out, I believe. Apparently that's happened. And also, you can get... Oh, there's a die. There's the Die of Destiny. It will kill us all. But
Never
also you get
expected
access to
Destiny.
after shows that we record at the end of every episode where we talk about how things have gone. So this time we'll be talking about how we're dead. And you can also get behind the scenes information about players. You can get character sheets of the players, of NPCs, of enemy things that we face, monsters and so on, that we battle against. And also secret behind the scenes lore tidbits about plots and plans of the GMs. You can also get you can also name NPCs in the episodes at the higher side of the tiers. You can get access to the monthly newsletter that the admins record, talking about how the month has gone so far, and occasionally we'll give you some sneaky clues about upcoming shows and things like that. And then also at the one of the higher tiers, the Legend tier, you get access to monthly one-shots GM'd by members of the Roll4It cast. This month I did a mashup of Stars Without Number and X-Wing, which went okay-ish, and Josh has just done some VTM just this morning.
Good. They went into a spooky mansion that was haunted by themselves.
That's not.
How did it go? Did they survive or did you win?
Oh.
I don't think of it as winning so much as breaking people, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, good, well done. It was suitably Halloween themed.
Yeah.
And perhaps a trial run for what's going to happen today.
Yeah, I got them to beat the crap out of each other, which was hilarious.
That's great.
Excellent. And also, if you're crazy, we have the deity tier at the top of the tier list, where we run out of things that we can do other than record a personal video amongst the admins, asking how you're doing and if you're okay, and thanking you profusely for supporting us for such a ridiculous amount. And that's all the Patreon stuff. There's also other ways to support us. You can send us tips, which we will read out at the end of whatever stream they were given in, or if you give them not during a stream, we'll read them out next stream. You can also do bits. There's a cup, it's full of stuff at the moment. Actually, there's not that much stuff in it. You need to put more tombstones in. Today of all days, we definitely need more tombstones in there. And you can also subscribe as well, which gives you access to the VODs the moment that a stream is over, whereas normally you'd have to wait 24 hours for them to come out on YouTube. Also, if you support on the Patreon or you subscribe on Twitch, you get access to the Discord. I remembered it this time, EE. You can't heckle
I'm
me
so
this time.
proud of you.
And there we go, that's how you can help support us. Also, spreading the word and doing the social media stuff is super useful as well. We really love it when people tweet at us about how much they enjoyed the show. And also make fan art and stuff for us, that's amazing. And that's the things. Are we ready to hand over to EE? I mean, we're not ready to hand over to EE, but is it time to do that anyway?
Just
There is one thing, I feel like we got a little bit of practice like yesterday, because the four of us were playing a horror game. So we were doing teamwork and all that, and we were not okay, we died a bit. So we've had a bit of practice. So if we're in a small American town with a sinister occurrence happening below ground and a weird invisible monster trying to chase us, we're fine. But we're not, because it's Stargate.
We died a lot in that.
We died.
Yeah.
Didn't go so well.
Dot died a lot.
I died a lot too.
I died very little, because I like to hide.
Also, because you had the freaking drones, they were just like. Zzz, zzz.
Yeah, I was the eye in the sky. It was great.
I was just kind of a
Can we get a drone this time? I want a drone.
decoy at some point. I just felt like bait all the time.
Oh god! Okay.
Run over here, gang!
He's reading the book, guys. He's reading the book.
How do you think that's going to go for you?
Reading the book. I read a book one time.
So, you ready?
I can't.
No! I got the best notebook.
Like Dakota,
Oh.
I can read.
Nice.
I could read that.
We're not ready. Continue.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So, the camera pans down. It goes towards the mountain complex, in which there is a tunnel set out the front. Cheyenne Mountain Complex. There are several guards, barbed wire fence. The camera flies down the tunnel, cuts to black, goes down several layers of rock before finally coming out into a briefing room where Rhodes, Dr. Nadia Rhodes, is briefing you all on the Stargate program. At this point, you've just been given the full briefing about what the Stargate program is. Your dossiers have now been closed, and all of them say in embroidered font on the front, Stargate Project. And they have the little circle indicative of Stargate. You've all just been given your first briefing about what the Stargate program is. You are going to be SG-13, a new team, ostensibly to go out and try and find information, technology that may be able to aid Earth and protect Earth or advance Earth, and particularly in your case, hopefully protect Earth against the Goa'uld, as recent events, considering SG-1's contact, seems to prove that the Goa'uld are a little bit of a threat. So, at this point, Dr. Rhodes leans back and opens the floor to questions.
What?
Think she means
What to which part? Sergeant West?
Aliens? There's aliens?
So, as Sergeant West stammers, what does Sergeant West look like?
He is a pretty buff, short-haired. He's quite wide and not necessarily that tall. Army sergeant, in the standard U.S. uniform, who looks a little bit vacant at times. And like maybe he's there to shoot things and maybe just not ask questions at all.
Okay. Dr. Morden?
Could we meet aliens? Are we, is there, do we, what documentation do we have on them? I need notes. I need to.
I'm sure you'll find plenty of notes in the base computer, and several of the mission reports are available to you in redacted form.
Redacted? Oh, all right. Wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Okay. Yes. Wonderful. Notes. Right. I'll. Do you mind if I? Or do you want me to wait until the briefing is?
Maybe it's worth you spending a little bit of time, at least talking with your team before you run off anywhere. I'll see if I can arrange for you to meet one of the members of SG-1 at some point. I think you'd get on amazingly.
Oh, marvelous! Thank you. Lovely of you. Wonderful.
Does this briefing, it provides us everything we need to know, like location, what we're expecting when we get there, or is it really...
This is just the Stargate project. It's nothing to do with the actual mission
I
you expect to go on just yet.
when we get started, And why do we have a Rusky with us?
You are aware, as the briefing material gave you, that this is an international organization. Cooperation
I'm
between...
aware. However, I didn't expect it to be lead. Watching Rusky take the lead.
Take lead. I am leader.
Yes, Commander Irons, Lieutenant Colonel Kozlov, although admittedly you have the same nominal rank, Lieutenant Colonel Kozlov is the team leader for this operation, at least coming up, and from then on we will base it on a who is the best skill set for future operations. At this point, we see, I assume, Lieutenant Colonel Kozlov and Commander Irons seated exactly opposite each other on the table staring daggers. What do each of you look like?
Well, Yana Kozlov is a very fit woman. Her shoulders are broad and fill out fully her military like vest. She wears a tanker helmet, not because it's uniform, but because it's helpful and important. And she has a feeling, her gut instinct tells her where they're headed. She wears sunglasses to cover her eyes so nobody ever knows where she's looking. And she gnaws fervently on the end of a cigar on a pretty regular basis. She smells of dirt and blood.
Oh, and I forgot also earlier, what does Dr. Morden look like as well? So we'll go Dr. Morden, then we'll get back to Commander Irons.
Yeah, Dr. Morden's just this very unremarkable, mousy-looking sort of middle-aged woman. She's just very kind of like, she just looks like a scientist. She's not fit. She's just this sort of like, yeah, she's just it's like she could bench press maybe a can of beans if it was empty, you know, that kind of thing. Notebook, pencil.
And Commander Irons?
Irons looks like Marcus from not Metal Gear, the other one, thing, Gears of War, just a little bit. His jaw is square. He has a it's like a 10 o'clock shadow at this point, and like very dappled face from multiple small scars and just age and experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that suffice to answer your question, Commander Irons?
Not really, but I guess we'll have to do.
I want to see Portal. What is this? Strange technology.
Oh, yes. Is there any chance I could take it apart and have a look under the hood, as it were? That would be lovely.
No. A number of our scientists have asked to do the same thing, and well, starting with Egypt wanting it back intact and going through to the fact that we use it for ongoing operations, I don't think that's probably the best of ideas.
Well, I could put it back together again. I'm sure I could. I mean, what's the worst that could possibly happen?
Dr. Morden, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't your experience in biology, genetics, and archaeology?
Yes, but it's an archaeological artifact.
True.
Let her have a go.
Practically archaeologists. It's yes.
Tell you what, if you bring another one back through the gate, I'll consider it.
Right, yes, I understand.
And with that, she flicks a button on the bottom of the desk, and a huge set of metal shutters start rolling up slowly, revealing that you are, in fact, probably about 2 floors up, looking down into a large concrete chasm. It's what appears to be an abandoned missile silo. And as you look down from where you are, you can see that there is, in fact, a gleaming, not quite metallic, not quite stone ring, the Stargate, with several dully glowing orange chevrons sprayed around it.
Oh, marvelous. Look at this.
That's not a portal, that's just a big ring.
Looks old.
That's what a portal is. It's a thing you go through. Do you not know the etymology of the word portal?
Well, there's nothing on the other side.
Well, I'm sure
There
it
will
does.
be.
Yes, I didn't you read the notes? It does this. It's what is it? It's some sort
There
of
were
way
notes.
wormholes. Yes. Not my area of expertise, but really, you should.
Okay, so if there is something through there, so what? There's aliens. We gotta shoot them or what?
I don't want to get blue blood all over my nice new uniform.
Can't shoot at. We have to meet them, communicate with them. Science, all right. I mean, we have to be very careful about first interactions with an alien species. There are ways that this should be done, and shooting them is not one of them.
If they raise gun against us, we shoot them.
If
Hey,
necessary,
You can never be sure. I bet they're out to get. I bet they want to take the planet.
Nobody take planet.
Not while I'm living on it.
Sir,
There you
sir,
go.
Sir,
Sits
Sir,
back
sir.
satisfied.
sir. I wonder if I might be perhaps transferred to another sort of Stargate team that perhaps has more science-minded individuals.
I also
On it.
request that she be transferred.
I do not.
Nah, it's all right. I'll keep you safe, darling.
I look at you with disgust. Like I might put a knife through your neck.
Sir, I will ask you to please never call me darling again. My name is Dr. Sarah Morden, and I will thank you to remember it.
Doctor is
Well, of course I will. Done.
I'll write it on your gravestone after the aliens shoot you.
Sergeant.
well,
You
you're getting on about as well as SG-1.
Do any of you know anything about first contact protocols?
I know what I've been told.
I have come in first contact with many persons.
First and last.
True.
You don't look like someone with many friends.
I do not need friends. I need guns, knives, and hands.
That's what it sounds like.
Now, do you have briefing for team, or we simply to go through whole?
The briefing will be tonight at 1800 hours. You've got 4 hours to kill until then. Try not to kill each other during them.
So what? We walk around this base?
I suggest you familiarize yourself with the Stargate project, how the Stargate works as far as we understand it, and also, if you wish, you can have a look at some of the remains of some of the aliens we've encountered.
Oh! We have dead aliens to look at.
Fascinating. Okay, yes, I would very much like to do an examination. Yes, please.
I too would like to see their natural state. Check and see what it is they have for killing us.
Okay, we have
Okay.
some of their weapons that we might be able to get. I believe that
Do they all
Area
use
51
weapons?
has requested them.
Oh. Posh.
What about the 50 other areas that need them?
Oh.
Like this one.
They're going down the list. 51, then 50, then 49. It'll take a while.
Well, anyway, I'd very much like to perform an examination of the alien specimens that we have encountered
Yes.
so far. Yes, lovely.
True. Show us corpse.
Sure, it has already been examined, but I'm sure you can have a look at the files and also some of the remains. We also have the captive, who I believe is scheduled to leave the base in about just after you go through the gate.
You have a captive?
Yes, SG-1 brought a captive back from their last mission.
Have we
No,
questioned captive?
I believe that questioning is being carried out. That's not exactly my area. I believe the United States Air Force is currently
May I attend
covering that.
the questioning? I have many things I would ask and live.
You can request it of the United States Air Force. Unfortunately, that's not exactly under my control. They insisted that because the subject came through the gate onto American soil, that he was under the jurisdiction of the American military.
Well, perhaps
Sounds good.
yes. Captain. What was your name again? Irons, Mr. Irons, sir. You're an American, right?
I've been told I sound like one. But actually, I'm English. You couldn't tell, could you?
No, I couldn't. Okay, so you're not. Okay, that's.
No, I'm American.
Oh, right,
I'm as American as apple pie.
Do not understand
I
this.
mean,
Apple pie.
Really? So how American is an apple pie if you make it with Cox's orange pippins?
Was that about?
I
Cox?
think I'm going to leave you to your whatever this is. I'll be in my office if you need me.
Oh,
Toodle pip.
Hey, sir, ma'am, sir.
Sergeant. Dr. Rhodes leaves. You can see a slight shake of the head and ever so slight sigh as the door closes. You're left internally in the little conference area. The smell of stale coffee and the slight whiff of acrid discharge of ionized air, possibly from something to do with the Stargate down below.
come, Doctor. Shall we look at these up close?
I'd very much like to. Commander Irons, if you could possibly liaise with the Americans who have the alien subject.
Yes, corpse.
No, the live one. I'd very much like to talk to the live one.
Is it that on the other side of hole?
Dunno.
I'm not sure.
Did I get that, EE? It's on the up. Like once we go through, we can get the captive, or they brought it from the other side in.
Oh, they brought it through. SG-1 brought a captive back.
Oh, it's the SG-1.
Oh, okay,
Right,
okay.
I thought it was here.
Yeah, SG-1 brought a captive back the last time they went on a mission, and they're holding a captive currently in the base before shipping it out.
Okay, yeah, but
They're
SG-1 is
based here.
far away from us.
No, they're based here.
No, they're based here.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay.
Oh, in that case, I'd very much like to meet the captive if I could. I have so many questions.
Okay.
Could one of you lovely military people perhaps arrange that?
I'm not
Oh.
a captain. Just so you know, if I'm gonna call you doctor, you gotta call me commander.
Oh, certainly, Commander. Yes, sorry, I always get the military titles thing mixed up. It's very,
Not a problem.
doctorates and postdoctorates makes much more sense.
Doctor, would you like to see captive? I go with.
Oh,
Me,
yes.
Question.
Oh, certainly. Please, lead the way.
She like storms off without even looking back at you.
Yeah.
Purpose.
I'm just there, like, shedding notes and just like, oh, marvelous.
So finding where the captive is isn't actually going to take very long, because this is a mostly multinational civilian oversight facility, which is only beginning to be militarized up. The threat from the other side of the gate has suddenly been realized relatively recently. So finding where there is a very large, very armed U.S. Air Force presence isn't particularly tough. The issue will be getting to see the captive. Are you trying just to walk straight up to them and talk your way through?
I'm assuming that I'm just going to go up to them, just like, hello. I'm going. I'll just go up to them and explain that I am part of the SG-13 crew, and I would very much like to speak to the captive because it will, help us with our mission, etc., etc.
Okay, you walk straight up down this thick concrete corridor. Metal pipes on either side running around, the odd little number here or there designating which floor you're on and which section you're in. But most of them look very, very familiar. As you run through, you find your way eventually, it takes maybe half an hour, towards, with Yana, a group standing outside a small section off to one wing of the floor just above. This is where there are a couple of holding areas. You can tell immediately that the people here are not exactly affiliated to the Stargate program. These very much are people who are looking around at you and everyone around you with a little bit of distrust. They're wearing matte black fatigues with black body armor over the top, and all of them are holding M16s. Instantly, you start walking up to one and start blagging your way forwards. I'm sorry, ma'am, who exactly are you?
I'm Dr. Sarah Morden. I'm with SG-13.
I don't give a flying fuck who you're with. You're going to have to get proper authorization before you get to see our captive.
Oh, certainly. Who do I get the authorization from?
Well, the Department of Defense would be a good start.
These dangerous, the captive. Lots and lots of guns.
You're going to have to translate for the Rusky there.
I have no. It's dangerous. Lots of guns. I'm not.
She looks around at everybody in this hallway, armed to the nines with M16s, and she wants to know if whatever's behind the door requires that much fucking firepower.
I don't believe the firepower here is entirely for our captive, although that is one consideration. It's also to make sure that the likes of you don't interfere.
But we need to talk to the captive. We are going on a mission of our own very soon, and it would be most useful if we had some intelligence on what we would find on the other side. I mean, it's a matter of security.
Well, you can certainly try.
Oh,
Would you like to roll something for that?
Can I roll xenoanthropology?
I mean, you could. It wouldn't do anything, but you could certainly roll it.
I have one in bluff. Well, it's not really bluff though, is it? Because it's,
Yeah, I mean, bluff would be a higher DC because you're effectively trying to be like, I need this so much that you're going to not do your job. It would be very, very difficult. It depends what else you have. It would be more like a diplomacy, but even then it'd be tough because
I could try diplomacy. I have
Sure.
one in diplomacy. All right. Let's see.
I have no charisma, so I cannot help you on this one. I cannot help you. Hey, that's pretty good.
How much did you get?
18.
He looks momentarily sympathetic. Like there's a certain amount of, like, you're way in over your head. He's like, yeah, you're really not cut for this. Maybe I should give you like a break. I can't go against my orders, but if you submit a request, I can maybe have a look and see if it gets expedited.
Is it a written form, or do I need a verbal?
You'll need to get your commanding officer or someone up the chain of command to write a letter to the Department of Defense, and preferably to the Secretary of State.
Lieutenant Colonel, you're up the chain of command, aren't you? Could you do that? Or higher?
I guess I could say, I'll step up a little bit, I guess. Yana will. I am in charge of team. It's helpful, yeah? Come, let us in, please. Why all forms and
forms are very useful. It's
forms, slow process.
But you need to have a paper trail and a chain of custody and all that sort of thing.
Paper trail, that is wasteful.
Yes. No, it's useful.
No. What good is paper trail on floor?
No, I don't mean an actual trail of paper on. I mean a list of who's visited the thing and where sort of where it's been, etc. All and then when something happens, if something happens, you can go back and look things up.
Or we can talk to it and get same information.
That's
yeah.
What?
You want approval, yeah? Let's go find some. And I grab her by like the scruff of the neck and go, come. We have to get permission. We find permission.
You leave one very perplexed Air Force Special Forces operator standing in a hallway, blinking quizzically. Okay. Meanwhile, what has Sergeant West and Commander Ines been doing?
I think I'm going to be like, so tell me about yourself, Sergeant.
I'm good at shooting things. I think that's why I'm here. It's the aliens, right? I mean, they can go on about being all diplomatic and making sure that we become friends with them, but at the end of the day, they're out to kill us. You know it.
Well, I don't think I do know it. We gotta make sure that scientist stays safe. We gotta do what we're told. I'm sure you understand that.
No,
However,
by the colonel.
by the American military. I'm not sure about that lieutenant colonel there.
All right, I get it.
Anyway, let's see what this facility's got.
I want to look at this gate. I don't get what they're saying about it.
I guess we'll figure it out when we go through. First,
All right.
I'm gonna pump some iron.
Oh, God!
Wait, is your character going to have special, like, alone time?
Yes.
Oh, no. He's got to go pump iron.
With
Okay.
Is that his special pet name for it?
I mean, why not?
I got 4 hours, so we don't know what I'm up to.
I got plenty of time to pump iron.
Okay, so Commander Iron goes off to his bunk, and Sergeant West goes down.
Gym, dummy.
Sure.
Then I go to the
And
bunk when I'm, or I do it in the shower when I'm sweaty.
and Sergeant West goes to have a look at the gate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at the gate. I just stand
Okay.
in the gate room, looking on one side, and then walking around and looking on the other side, and just shaking my head.
Can I help you? One mousy-haired, relatively short technician says as she sort of glances around the side of the gate at you as you go back and forth.
Well, how do you get to the aliens?
Well, it creates a stable wormhole. A plane forms in the circle, which you can then step through, and you are transported almost instantaneously to another portal on another planet.
You've been watching too much of this Trek Wars stuff.
It's actually Star Wars and Star Trek. They're two different franchises. But
Yeah, sure, told you. You know all about that stuff. I'll believe
actually,
it
for
when I
Battlestar
say it.
Galactica.
That sounds nice. It's about battle.
Sure. Do you want to learn about the gate?
Is it gonna do anything weird? Is it gonna turn me inside out? Does the same person come out on the other side?
I'm a particle physicist with a specialization in exotic matter. I'm not a philosopher.
Yeah, sure, whatever. As long as I'm still in one piece when I get to the other side of it, I'm happy. I've got what I know. Oh, we lost E.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Don't let us run rampant.
No!
That's
We'll
bad.
just-
I'll pump more iron. You don't want that.
We don't want that filling time.
Well, hi, you guys. How are you?
Oh, no. We did break EE.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does EE sort of look like he's got kitty ears on?
He does.
Yeah.
He is adorable in that.
I wonder who he's mourning.
Yeah, where did he get that? I don't even
Yeah.
like. He has an evil cape, but now he also has this weird morning
Bride of
shawl
Dracula
thing.
cake.
Yeah.
So,
So
means he's more
if
evil.
we all get together in the
Oh.
same place,
yep, that was what I was about to say. Oh,
yeah.
He's back.
There he is.
Oh,
Okay,
there's
there's
two
two of him.
now. We have
This is
two
getting out of
EE.
hand. Now there's two of them.
Oh,
There's
and EE
world's not prepared.
and Irons are both, yeah.
Hang on, I'm gonna kick fake E.
mhm. Fake fuck Mickey. Get rid of Fakey.
No!
No place for him.
He'll go in a
Get
minute and it'll be
out.
okay again.
Get out!
Wait, I died.
Everything's fine.
Why are they saying I died? Oh,
You're between two windows. You're in.
That's why you died.
You're in the gap between.
You didn't make it through the portal, friend.
Dun, dun,
There he
dun.
is.
You get half of the gate and the gate
That's how the
shuts down.
Stargate works.
It's all got a bit Philadelphia experiment. No.
We've got
We
two
walk
halves of
past
E.
as we're like moving to see him having this conversation by the gate.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, is that the gate? Oh, marvelous.
So I like just gesture. I don't even say words. Just grunt and point.
Yeah, Morden is just immediately just like, oh, look at fascinating. Oh.
So
You're gonna love it here. It's full of nerds.
how does it work?
Well, it creates a stable Einstein-Rosen bridge between it and another device, and allows us to send matter and reintegrate it on the other side on the interface.
Wonderful.
Let's see.
Tell me, how much testing did it take to get it working properly?
Well, there were some tests that were unsuccessful in the 30s, and then again in the 90s, and
30s. This program has been around a long time.
Oh, well, this thing is ancient. Look at it. It's obviously, well, it looks sort of Egyptian-y and, yeah. So
And it has taken this long to perfect it.
Well, I'm assuming it's wormhole technology. It's obviously very complex.
well, with this many symbols, and she gestures to how many symbols there are around, and not knowing the exact number required for the combination, the probability of actually managing to dial any world successfully is astronomical.
Oh, yes, I can imagine. So what happens if you dial something that's not there? What happens if you go through an incorrectly dialed?
It won't establish connection if it doesn't manage to connect to another working portal.
Right, I see. So you can't just go through and just like, oh no, I'm in void and whatever.
No. You would have to get a connection to another device that is not obstructed, and then you could pass through successfully.
Oh, it has fail-safes. Fascinating.
It's what the ancient Egyptians did to stop the Gourd coming back. They buried the gate, which prevented it being from being dialed.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's very clever of them.
They took the phone off the hook?
Well, more like they buried the phone in the back garden.
That'll stop people calling you.
Not entirely incorrect, Sergeant. Anyway, I believe that's my pager.
Right.
If you've got any questions.
Do you know anybody who can get us in with the to meet the alien they brought back with them?
You could possibly ask Dr. Rhodes.
We should do that. Yes, let's go see Dr. Rhodes. Dr. Rhodes.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Would you like to come with me, Lieutenant Colonel?
Where is American?
I don't
I'm
know.
right here.
No. Grumpy one.
Which scrumpy one?
No, the
Do you mean Irons?
I was like, oh, he's busy.
doing what?
Himself.
I'm not sure I understand. He do what?
He's, I don't know, busy things.
Okay, well that's fine. Anyway, let's go find Dr. Rhodes. Are you coming with me? Who wants to come find Dr. Rhodes? And we could ask if we can go and see the alien. It'll be fascinating.
I want to see the dead one. Gotta know where the glowy bits are when we're shooting.
Well, we can ask Dr. Rhodes about that as well. Come on, let's go. Come on. She just bustles off, leaving a trail
Rhodes in office, yeah.
paper.
I knock really hard, just like on her door.
Come in.
Hello, Dr. Rhodes. We need permission to
Inside, boys.
Instant voice.
Sorry, I'm correctly sorry. Okay, so yes, we need permission to meet the alien, the alive alien. We tried just going down there, but the large men with big guns and things were just like, no, we can't, because we need permission. So we'd like permission, please. Thank
If you would like to write a letter, I can get it emailed over to the Department of Defense and request that you get to see the captive.
How long will that take? Do you think?
I could get it sent over immediately, possibly.
Can I borrow your computer to just dash off a quick email, perhaps?
There is a lab set aside for your use that I think has a computer on it.
Oh, right. What's your email address? I'll forward it on right away.
It's roads@stargateproject.net.
.mil, surely.
Yeah.
Or .gov.
How long it take for approval?
I'll go do that right now.
It depends how good a letter you write.
Trust me, doctor, she have all words.
I am beginning to notice this.
You can hear faint tapping coming from.
Yeah.
Smoke begins to rise from the keyboard.
So,
I just muted myself by accident.
this prisoner, very dangerous.
Yes, came back with SG-1 after reporting to have saved them.
So why old prisoner if save people?
Because he is one of the aliens that, initially captured SG-1. Also, two of them came through the gate and started a firefight in the warehouse where we were holding it.
Oh.
Told you, evil. Want to kill us all.
Okay. So these are remains you speak of.
Those are the remains of the two that came through the Stargate to begin with and were quickly disposed of.
Are we going to have to fill out paperwork to see remains?
We still have the records on both of them, and I think we still have the remains of at least one of them on the base you can have a look at if you want.
Oh, we have to read. Okay. Do we have files on these?
Yes, we do. Again, they should be on the local network inside your lab.
Okay. Will we be able to speak to prisoner before we are to leave? True.
That is entirely up to the U.S. Department of Defense. I am unable to get any faster.
Probably this little ping as an email arrives.
In which case, Dr. Morden, please roll me a bureaucracy roll.
Oh God, right, okay. I wish I'd actually taken something in bureaucracy now. Oh no! So many
6.
typos.
Or it's just really
6.
long.
It landed directly on his
Dr.
face. I
Morden's
might just
typing
leave it
so
there.
fast. There's it's really, really long. There are a couple of things where it's there's no punctuation in a few of the sentences because Dr. Morden was so intense here. I can send this on. Please let Dr. Morden know that not to hold her breath.
I do not understand this reference. Hold breath. Why would she do that?
How was it? Do you think it was all right? I was in a bit of a hurry.
I'll make a couple of adjustments, but
I can go and revise it if you'd like. I could go and send another copy if you.
Doctor? Doctor.
Yes. What?
Why don't we, doctor? Why they look over letter? Let us. We have other things, yeah. Files, remains.
Oh, remains. Yes. Do you look over the remains, or did you just actually? Something got stuff in the lab. Yes.
As she's still talking, I'm ushering her out of the office. Okay. Let us.
Oh, the dice gone. It was on his face. It was perfectly framed.
There was network with files. She said.
Yes. Let's go. And yes, Dr. Morton will just be there.
What's this say?
Oh well, let's see, shall we? Ooh, Oh, fascinating. That looks really interesting.
Are there pictures?
There are some pictures of the armor, some pictures of the weapons, some pictures of the corpses, riddled
Somebody
with.
like pulls it up on a projector or something.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm probably sat there a bit gormless and I'm like, that's not a gun.
yes, it is. Well, it's a projectile energy weapon, I believe.
It is not
Doesn't look like a gun.
human. Remember, this is why we need strong firepower.
Oh yeah, I can
I
do
got
that.
some ideas. Good old
That's a
US of A
genitalia.
has a
Look at them.
strong old gun. Fast
goodness.
firing machine
That's
gun.
quite remarkable.
Gun.
That
We got
tattoo-
this.
I'm just American. Gun.
Just America. Classic.
Okay, so unless there's anything you urgently need to do, we can fast forwards to your mission briefing.
Yes. As long as we get what we need, I guess, out of the files, as much information as we can get
Yeah.
from the remains and the other two that were died.
Yeah, you get basically that they are Jaffa, which are apparently some sort of human-edited genetic project that is effectively a warrior for the Gould. Also acts as the vessel in which the larval Gould are raised in a stomach pouch. They
Ew.
sell foot soldiers.
Even I do not like.
I saw that in a movie. They're definitely evil.
I don't really hold with the whole good and evil thing. It's all very much shades of grey, and really, data is the main thing.
I don't know.
I
You can
would
get anything
like-
done thinking like that.
I would like to know
Done
if
talking.
these are the same things we plan to encounter when we go through home.
Don't know. Anyway,
Well,
here we go. It'll be marvelous.
it is 1800. We should go for briefing.
Oh yes, I love briefings. Wonderful.
Anything you say, Colonel?
I do not know if you be sarcastic or not. So I'm going to take it as no, so I do not have to stab you. Let us go.
I believe her title is Lieutenant Colonel.
It's true. I don't really know what it is in American.
I think it'd be
Lieutenant Colonel is what you call it.
I think you are the same rank as me as far as the game goes.
I think it's this. I don't know. Is the briefing in a special room, EE?
It's in the same room you were in before, the one overlooking the gate.
Okay, cool.
Dr. Morden's just there right at the front, notepad poised, so excited.
Okay, Dr. Rhodes walks in, hands out for dossiers.
Dossiers.
Okay, so today's mission, you will be going through the gate to a world we believe, at least from the captive, is an abandoned Gould research facility.
Oh,
What are they researching?
We don't exactly know. It was used as an archive storage and also possibly something to do with manipulation or editing of the Jafar.
Oh, fascinating.
changing body and such.
As far as our captive knew, that seemed to make sense.
So we are to retrieve information?
Yes, retrieve any information, any useful technology, anything you can get your hands on.
And then what? Bring it back through home. That is it.
Yes.
We need to label and document everything very carefully before we bring it back, though, okay? We need to take... Right, okay, now, I'm the expert here at this sort of thing. So I'm going to need you to very carefully mark and photograph while you pick up... Where you pick up...
Got a big bag.
I have single purpose. To assure the four of us freedom.
Oh, but it must just photograph everything and take note of where you get it from and mark out the condition and things like that, okay? You can't just go picking things up and putting them in bags.
I think I might have to.
That is all I know. What is probability of hostiles?
Our initial survey of the gate area using a remote probe seems to have indicated no guards. So it's possible that the captain is entirely correct that the area is in fact abandoned. But The captive is one of the aliens that initially attacked the SGC. It's possible they are entirely manipulating us, so be careful.
Can't trust him.
So we are first contact for this place.
That is your job.
Job we should do.
Sir. I wonder if you might enforce on my compatriots the vitalness of the taking notes and photographing of things, and you can't just pick things up and
I
wander
don't
off
take
with
notes. I take names.
them. Okay, writing a name down, that's a good thing. Yes, that's good. If you could take
Doctor,
those
what
photographs.
if we let you do all writing, bagging, and
Oh, marvelous! Yes, that'd be wonderful. Just don't touch anything, and I'll do all of that. Yeah, that's
we will assure you do not die.
oh, lovely. Yes, okay, that's fine. That's good. Yes,
Just
good.
make sure the quartermaster knows you want extra bags.
Extra bags. Yes.
The initial survey of the gate region shows the gate itself is just outside the complex, maybe 30 meters away from the actual facility. In the open, the air is relatively breathable, although a little bit on the dry side. We are somewhat of a barren planet as far as we can tell. Otherwise, perfect for testing, one would presume.
Barren planet.
If it's a barren planet, that means everything will be so well preserved. Lovely, lovely.
What make it barren? This makes me nervous. Why is it nothing lives here?
Well, I mean, the desert in Australia is barren. It doesn't mean nothing lives there. There could be a whole host of life forms there.
Any life form that lives in barren place is harsh.
Well, I mean, the duck-billed platypus is quite terrifying, I suppose. You know, poison spines? It's very
All right, so we go into barren planet where there is nothing, and we are to get leftover research and files and stuff, and bring it back. Simple.
lovely,
And shoot
yes.
aliens. There's gonna be aliens.
Right. That will be fun part. So you
Could we
equip-
perhaps not shoot anything until after we've established if it's hostile or not?
You go see if it's hostile, and we'll shoot it.
True.
Certainly, that would be lovely, yes. How much is it?
So these pictures that we've taken here are only about 10 minutes old. The map's on the other side of the gate now. If you're ready to go and get kitted up, we can send you through without even having to shut down the gate again.
Oh, lovely, yes.
Brilliant. I would like my
That
guns.
was a quick change.
As you look
Just
out on the
finished
gate,
hour of paper.
as you look out on the gate now, by the way, you will see that the gate is actually active. The
Oh,
front of it is a bubbling kind of iridescent blue that shifts back and forth. Speckles of light appear and shine around the gate room. Might be very, very strange for some of you who didn't do any of the background research and see any of the pictures. And for those of you who actually know about what the gate is, this is probably even more fascinating.
Yes. Oh,
Wasn't doing that before.
Silver.
no,
that's
it makes me
good.
nervous.
I don't
So
know,
we
did
go
you-
through goo.
Did you not watch the videos?
There were videos.
Yeah,
Not
yes,
Not
no,
the
there were- there
videos
were-
you're
yes.
thinking of.
We
No,
did
no.
an induction video.
Yeah, there were videos in the. Did you not see the demonstration videos?
I
Did
do not.
Did any of you read the? None of you. None. Okay.
You look round and my
Also-
dossier is in the bin.
And Commander Iron's dossier is like a little bit having time, like trying to get between the pages. They're like kind of stuck together.
Yeah.
Gross.
Ooh, that
As you-
Stargate reminds me of a.
No. No.
Yeah, the
As-
big blue gooey thing.
The gooey.
I really like Mass Effect.
Who doesn't?
So weapons, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I don't need any weapons. I'll be fine.
Gonna need lots
You
of
will
guns.
want one gun. You do not
If-
come on mission without your own protection.
But
If you can make it quick, we can only keep the gate active for up to
Oh, right,
30
yes,
minutes.
sorry.
It does
Fine,
cost
I'll
us
take it.
over $100,000 each time we turn the gate on. So we'd rather you go through right now rather than having to redial.
of course, that's a lot
Are,
of money.
are
Yes,
we
okay,
suited with everything we need though, E? Like,
I-
are we like suited with our weaponry and stuff?
You just have to go down to the armory and grab them, and you should be fine.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Go.
All right.
Let us make this fun.
Okay. Okay, yes, I'll go and sort of pick up a pistol. Just be like, oh well, I guess just.
Oh, well, she doesn't have to.
These things have. I've done my course on
At
this.
least,
but
at least let me tell you which way you're supposed to have it up.
I don't know which way to. I have fired a pistol before.
Pointed in the direction of where you want to shoot. Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware. And then this is the safety off, and this is the safety on. Yes, I see. That's red bit. Right. Okay. Right. Safety on. Okay. There we go. Right. Let's go. I'm ready.
You got your Nerf darts?
I double check I grab a Beretta, double check my knives are in place, couple throwing knives, machete. I choose the grenade launcher and a fair share of fragmentation grenades.
Okay. Do you have tactical weapon proficiency?
I do.
Okay.
We talked about this the other day because
yeah,
that was the one I wanted to take it, and then we were like, yeah, you can do that. I was like, I do have tactical.
Is anyone not wearing armor? I think Irons, you said you're not. Okay. Quartermaster looks very perplexed as he tries to give you the armor, and you're like, no. Are you sure you don't wear armor, son?
His pride protects him.
Hey, you're from the same place I am.
I don't know about that, Sergeant. I ain't a Navy SEAL or anything. I'm a regular old Marine.
Well, son, let me tell you, in the Navy SEALs, we just don't get shot. It's way easier than wearing armor.
It's because you've never been upside Russian. I shoot you.
No, it's because they hide underneath the surface of the water all the time. Don't even get into a proper fight.
I'll be fine. Thank you kindly. Tips hat.
Oh. Come. This gooey hole only stay open for so long.
We're gonna need scuba gear or something?
I don't think so. I'd like to take a medic bundle, if I may.
You may indeed.
Oh yeah, so I took a Forest Scout bundle, which is like, I think it's got binoculars and basic Forest Scout stuff. The heavy assault bundle, and then you said there was a mission bundle, but I'm sure you'll give that to us.
And I'll also take a translator bundle.
Ooh, good call.
Yes. Right.
I look at you like you're insane that that's what you chose.
And in terms of the mission bundle, let me just pick up the mission bundle and see which one, because there are a couple that fit the bill. Bundle.
I'm gonna bring the demolitions bundle because explosions.
Yes.
The one bundle I don't have on my thing is the mission bundle sheet. Anyone got the sheet in front of them? Is there an applicable one?
Yeah, I can quick pull that. I was looking at bundles earlier.
Advisor,
Yeah.
arrest, assassination, capture, defense, destruction, diplomacy, disaster relief, diversion,
No.
There's an
hijack,
archaeologist.
hunting,
Oh, I see.
Infiltration.
investigation.
Investigation bundle.
I will give you the choice. You could either have everyone gets an infiltration or everyone gets an investigation, depending on how you want to go about your mission.
Do we need disguise kits or lockpick kits? I guess not. Probably investigation then.
Yeah.
There's patrol bundle as well. Raid bundle. West wants the raid bundle.
If you want to go in loud, I will give the option of everyone having a raid bundle if you so wish.
I have a feeling. Well.
It comes with grenades. We all get 2 concussion grenades and 2 smoke grenades.
On top of my other grenades?
And 2 sets of night vision goggles. I don't know why we need 2. And also a jar of face paint.
I was about to say, some of that I already have in my bundle, but might not be a bad idea.
Okay, everyone gets the raid bundle. It's their mission bundle.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to go pull it right now. That's all I have.
What page is it on? The raid bundle?
Oh, there's a PDF.
It is on the PDF, it's on page 292 if you type it in.
292, okay.
It's off on the right. A sling bag to store the bundles, camouflage fatigues, cool. Yeah, that's got the lock picking kit. Oh, extra grenades? Yes. Do those grenades fit in my launcher?
So,
Yep.
which one was it? Which one was it again?
The raid bundle.
Raid bundle, okay.
Some of this stuff, I have doubles of some things, but that's okay. It doesn't hurt anything. I look like I'm going to fight Predator, no doubt.
Yep. Yeah,
It's
you
just like locked down with an extreme amount of weaponry.
with the raid bundle equipped, you are all running pretty damn heavy. So, with that done, is there any further gear picks that need to be done, or are you good to go?
That was it.
I think I'm good to
I
go.
got mine.
I haven't looked at the pick stuff yet. I'm just going to take as many frag grenades as I can with my picks.
Okay, and between you, how many resource picks do you have?
I've got one.
I got one.
I have 2. Resource. Hang on, let me check. Gear picks, I have 2.
Wait, where was resource picks?
That's going to be in your mission gear. At
Was that reserve picks or?
Reserve picks, it's just wrongly named on the sheet.
Oh right.
Oh,
yeah.
it's reserved. Oh, it's reserved picks. So then I only have 1 of
In
those.
that case, I have 2.
Yeah, I got 1. Oh no, I've got 0.
I got one.
You should have the same number as Koslov, so you should have won.
Oh, okay, then I got 1.
Because it's class-based. So yeah, between you, you've got 5. Would you like to spend those 5 on anything?
More guns? More guns.
You
Okay.
can't really get guns with them because they're used for stuff like getting drones to go with you, or possibly getting temporary skills that last for the mission. For instance, you could train someone in how to use the Stargate.
Is there a place to pick that from, EE, in the book? Or just any pick, like equipment pick?
That's a good point. Does anyone know how to use the Stargate?
You know the basics of the Stargate, but you don't know anything beyond that unless you have the skill, really.
You mentioned wanting a camera to
I
take
think I've
pictures.
got one.
Oh, do
Everyone
we?
has a camera as part of their
Oh,
basic.
okay.
Yeah. It just won't be like a particularly good camera, but it's a camera.
Okay.
Resource.
Tape recorder. Those things came in the investigation. Survival.
341. So, resources. You can get FGC support, advanced team reports, drone use.
Might not be a bad idea. Drone might not be a bad idea at all.
Emergency training. There you go.
I don't even know where that's at.
You wouldn't have time for training time, I think.
Equipment.
I can only get 1 frag grenade. Damn it.
I will probably
forget your-
pass you the grenades from my my bundle. To be honest with you.
Okay,
Well,
so
like
you
to
can
me?
get
Mhm.
you can get a Fred, which is effectively a flatbed truck drone for carrying stuff for 4
That
reasons.
would be nice.
Yay, Fred.
Let's do that.
You can get a spare power cell as well for your 5.
Don't you think that would be helpful? Because then we don't have to carry everything. Even if we die, we can send the drone back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm totally going to pass all my grenades to whoever's. I'm just like there going like I don't even know how to. Does anybody want it?
Yeah.
About
We all want them.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. You have less grenades than I do because I got mine in one of my weapons bundles, so I have a bunch of extra. I already have 6 frag grenades on top of what we got. So if you want to take hers, you can.
It's shown between like Western Irons, then we'll each take 1 of each.
Of
kind.
each.
One concussion, one smoke.
Here goes up to 3 for each. That way, too, there's only so many grenades one person can carry before it becomes a problem.
Yeah, I'm currently carrying 7 grenades.
Woo!
Yeah, I'll have about 10 on me. So everybody's aware.
Okay.
So we encounter the aliens, we throw
So
50
we all
grenades.
have a Beretta and lots of grenades. We have no assault rifles. We have, we're all explosion.
I got a shotgun. I got.
Can we
Oh, you have a
that's
shotgun and he has a
15.
shotgun. Okay. Well, I don't have anything but explosives and a Beretta. Well, and I have lots and lots of knives, so I may just take things. I do not. I am weapon.
You also have your P90 from the default kit as well.
Mm.
Oh, that's right, the P90. Okay. God, I have so much weaponry.
Okay, in which case, if you're all good, the gate probably has only about 2 minutes left on it before it has to shut down. So if you're all good to run through.
Mhm.
Yes, run.
Right, so you get to the gate room. All of you are equipped to the nines, probably still holstering gear and checking straps as you enter into the gate room. You notice there are 2 large gun emplacements with 50 cal Brownings pointed at the gate, not being manned at the moment since it's an outgoing gate. There are several airmen standing around with weapons. not looking like they're ready for action, considering, again, it's an outgoing gate. But the gate plays gently back and forth, the light gleaming off of you. As you start to step towards it, you notice that there is no real reflection in it. All it is disparate light being played back and forth. Who's going to step through first?
I poke it.
I will probably. I will probably just.
Bit, like chilly and weirdly, like as soon as your finger touches it, numb. You don't feel the end of your finger as it's touching it.
All right.
You sure
I
we
will
don't
just
need
march
scuba
straight
gear?
up and be like, "This is going to be fascinating," and just bloop straight through.
Yeah,
I
as you
guess
say,
I'm
are you sure
wrong.
the bloop, Morden goes straight through the gate.
Yeah.
She's gone.
It is
Yeah, I go
strange.
straight through.
Doctor is braver than us. And I step behind her.
Oh,
like
she's
I'm
not, and I walk in.
yeah. We're like pushing to get.
Hang on.
The three of you roll me, for the sake of this, you're all muscling each other to get in, or roll me just a quick strength check.
So
Can we
that's-
roll pure strength? I don't know if we can.
Just plus.
What would it be? It would be strength plus.
I know, like tumble or something. Not quite, I guess.
balance if we guess we didn't want to fall over, but it's okay. I'll use I'll just roll it with my modifier. Ain't
I'll
nothing.
just-
Yeah, same.
okay.
No, didn't do so hot. My roll, it's not good.
Yeah, you ain't getting past me, you rusty.
I'm too concerned about you guys setting off the grenades. I give up halfway through in the fight through. Oh, our brave little man.
18. I was like, no, she's not, and I just straight in.
Okay, so no, she's not. You go straight in. You may have not got there first if it wasn't for the fact that West and Kozlov both bumped into each other trying to get past you to be first in. And one of them ended up latched onto the other because their equipment is still being tied up. And one of the lopes just... So they end up doing this weird, like, three-legged race into the gate behind you.
We're prepared. This is good. This is great.
So, smash cut. The camera goes to a barren planet. The air is stale. It's very dry. And around you is what appears to be a fine orange dust with small clods, which don't appear to be stones so much as accumulations of dust that have lumped together with what little moisture has remained. As you step through, Dr. Morden, there is a slight sensation of prickling and cold across your body as you are squished through the gate and out again, the gate that's still being calibrated.
Ooh.
And you're outside, and suddenly that cold chill is immediately replaced with it's not warm, it's cool, very dry, and the wind abrades your skin anywhere it's exposed. There is a slight burning sensation every now and again as dust is smashed against your skin and feels a bit like very fine sandpaper.
Oh.
And as you take this in,
Chapstick.
immediately out the gate behind you comes Sergeant West, almost bumping into you.
Oh, probably actually bumping into me because I've just stopped dead and I was like, oh, fascinating.
Watch out for aliens, Doctor. And I like put my gun up and I'm like, where are you? I know you're here.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
from
just, like,
you
knelt
can't see
down,
Dr.
poking-
Morden before you realize Dr. Morden.
I'm probably just like, I'm just on the floor and just like, ooh, interesting. And I just start poking at the dust. Just like,
It could be
And
anywhere.
immediately out the gate then, behind you, comes a almost tied together Koslov and Irons, who bumbling into each other and then through the gate, and then there's a Dr. Morden on the ground. Please make me tumble checks, both Irons and Koslov.
sorry.
Tumble. Oh, I got that. I'm on it. Tumble.
Oh dear.
Well,
That's an 8 and a 7.
I fall a little better than you do.
yep. And
Yeah, both of you fall
I'm just
over
trying to
Dr.
cover the
Morden.
grenades.
Both of you fall over Dr. Morden. Koslov ends up on the bottom face down with Iron directly on top of Koslov.
Oh. Oh, hello. Good.
Not the time for that, Commanders.
She gets up
We're in
and she just
danger.
danger. Look, it's fine. Fascinating. It's dust.
disorienting.
You here,
going
Martin?
through. Not got my legs yet. What the?
Come here often?
What is it? What? No,
Oh.
this is first time been here. You know this.
I don't trust you, but you. It'll be all right.
What does the soil taste like? I'm just there like,
Oh, don't. Oh,
No, dear.
Okay, amusingly, there is a spot, there is a listen, there isn't a taste. So we're going to go with spot, maybe. If you want to roll me a spot, everyone else can do the same. But
Okay,
this is in general. Morden will also get information based on tasting the soil.
All right, we're not all
I have
licking
not
the
had a
ground.
decent roll yet, gang.
Natural 20, 24. I see
Nice.
everything.
Yeah.
We're the aliens.
I'm just licking rocks. I was like, ah.
I can't see anything through
in
my
this case-
sunglasses.
I need to ask you, Sergeant West, would you like to spend an action die to crit that?
I think I'll not, because this is just looking around.
Okay, so it's
24 is
just
probably
24.
already good enough.
But it's not a crit. Crit would be like you get something extra that you wouldn't otherwise get. 24 is like you get 24.
Saving it for shooting the aliens.
Or running
Okay.
away from the aliens.
What did everyone else get?
I got a 19.
Okay.
I got a 6.
14.
I got sand in my eyes.
Okay. With that, Koslov, you barely see anything. You have sand in your eyes. Sergeant West and everyone else, you see in front of you a large matte gray structure that is maybe made of metal, maybe made of stone. It's somewhere in between. There is a slight sheen to it that a stone wouldn't really be able to produce unless it was very well polished. But at the same time, it's not quite shiny enough to be metal. It's somewhere in between and you're not too certain. It does look very familiar because you may have seen it just before you went through the Stargate. It looks to be made up of the same material. Those of you who read the briefing document, you might understand this is probably a naquita alloy or something made from naquita.
Can I walk up to it and lick it? As well?
In a moment. Morden, tasting the ground is very, very irony. It tastes almost like that is probably got a lot of iron compounds in it. Almost like licking iron filings to an extent. It's good for your
Reminds me
tummy.
of the time I broke open my Etch-a-Sketch and tasted it.
I'm sorry. I do not. Do you taste everything?
Well, yes. I mean, how else are you supposed to get data on it? It's a
I do not
geology.
you
know.
mean by
I do
data?
not data. I asked for you.
It's a geology thing. You wouldn't understand, okay?
I would not.
Also, you feel a strange prickling sensation. You're not too certain beyond that. However, Sergeant
I
West,
feel a little prick.
You mean like
Pardon me.
you know?
Sergeant West, as you turn around, there's a slight breeze and some of the dust plays across and smothers your face briefly before you manage to just shake it off. You realize that your hair is prickling and standing on end, and your gun doesn't feel quite as accurate for a moment, like it wavers a little bit.
My gun wavers?
Your gun wavers.
Is that because I waver, or...?
No, it feels like it's being tugged slightly by another force that isn't necessarily the wind.
It's the aliens! They're invisible! Where are you?
What?
Do
wait.
not incite panic.
Oh!
They're trying to disarm me!
Oh!
They are not.
No! Wait! Did you say your gun? Something's tugging on your gun.
Yeah, it's trying
Is
to
your
take
gun
it.
made of ferrous material?
Made of what?
Ferrous material.
It's ferocious.
I don't-
I'm sure he
Iron.
is.
Damn right.
Iron, steel,
Oh,
magnetic things.
That's
Yes.
irons.
Okay, the floor is also made of ferrous material.
You're the
Floor is
scientist.
No, floor is dirt.
I have a theory.
Okay.
We'll have to sit on it for a while, though I need more data.
There isn't time for
Yeah.
sitting, there's aliens on the loose.
I meant metaphorically. Sit it. Okay. Anyway, right. Okay. Anyway, should we go and see what this is then?
We should go together and with quiet, yeah? I know it is abandoned, but trust me, I have been to abandoned places. Nothing stays abandoned for long.
All right. Well, just lead,
Yeah,
lead
we're
the way.
here.
You're the pointy gun. Try not to shoot anything that's not. Just try not to shoot anything.
I do. I pull out the P90 and just, holster it and point it forward. I don't necessarily take point or anything, but just to have it ready as we begin. I guess you said it's off in the distance.
It's about 30 meters away, so it's pretty close. It's actually very imposing. The only reason you can see it was you rolled a 6 and there was a lot of dust.
Right. The drone, does it follow us or does it stay? How does the drone work?
So the Fred, you have effectively like a little gamepad. It's maybe like as small as like a small phone that you can just remotely just move it forwards and stuff. It won't follow you unless you use the little controller. However,
Okay.
Okay, so as you move towards this imposing structure, there is a door about a floor and a half, maybe 2 floors tall, covered in these symbols that look vaguely like Egyptian hieroglyphics. And it is open. It's like a set of lift doors. It doesn't open outwards on a hinge. It goes in on either side. And it is currently ajar by a good 2.5, maybe 3 foot. And you can see a slight trickle of sand having just made its way in. Not particularly much, but just enough that you know it's been open for a little while, to the point where the sand has started to shift. And in the door, in between where they sit, beginning to be covered in a light coat of this orange sand, lies a body.
Oh, fascinating! Look, it's a body.
No, don't go. Stop.
No. If you're going to grab me, because I'm just
Yes,
talking.
I'm going to grab you by
both of us grab you on either side. We're like, don't touch that.
Yes, is interesting corpse. Understand?
Yes, I'll take some photos.
Yeah, take pic. We should approach. Have you ever heard of a trap?
Have you ever heard of diseases?
In.
You ever seen Alien? Don't touch these things. If you look at it, it could
No,
plant
I do
eggs in
not.
you.
I hope
Alien's
not.
a work of fiction. This is real life. Things don't plant eggs in you in real life. Come on now. Don't be silly.
You ain't never heard of a botfly then.
How long does it look like it's been here, this corpse? I've seen a lot of dead bodies.
No alien.
So do you want to inspect the corpse and have a look?
We'll have like nitrile gloves and stuff for that.
Yeah, like I make sure like my gloves are on, and do we have any kind of well, it doesn't seem to be like letting off a fermentation smell. Like there's nothing that we can smell right away. Yeah, I actually have I have feet for this. I smell things.
I smell dead people.
I do. I do. I have keen senses. My sense of smell is so keen that they may detect opponents purely by their typically undetectable odor. Yes, sir.
Can't believe that's a feat.
I go,
Magical.
smells dead. What else do I smell? Let's see. How does that work? I just got to be roll for that.
Okay, make me, specifically Koslov, make me a spot check.
Okay. I'm kind of for 60 feet. Yeah, I was just quickly reading it. Okay, spot. These are in alphabetical order. They should be. There it is. 14. My highest roll yet today.
Okay. So 14. It's tough. This body's probably been here a little while. The smells are beginning to disappear into the air, etc. But as you get closer and you get towards the door where some of the air is less perturbed because it's shielded by the expanse of the base itself, you can smell blood, a little bit stale. You can smell smells that corpses give off when people die. It's a bit messy. They tend to leak, and you can smell all of the generic smells associated with that. You can also smell a lot of smells associated with the digestive tract. Things from the abdomen, ruptured intestines, maybe a ruptured stomach, possibly a spleen or something like that.
As I get closer, do I see any wounds? Like, can I tell cause of death? I guess is my question.
The corpse is face down, head towards you, feet just inside the doorway, and you can see around the stomach there is a pool of dried blood that has caked into the earth, going to an almost dark brown texture. If you turn it over, you can examine it more closely.
I will. I'll use my foot to try to flip the body. I don't know how heavy it is.
If you're doing that, I'm just going to be taking photos, just like, oh, fascinating. I must document this.
Okay. As Koslov flips the body, it turns out that this was at one point a Jafar. You can tell from the armor that it's very much what you saw in some of the pictures. It wasn't a serpent guard or a Horus guard or anything like that. No helm to speak of, but the obvious chainmail, layers of woven cloth and thick metal breastplate are still there. However, around where the stomach is, the pouch where the larval ghoul normally is situated, there is instead just a mess. It is like someone took a blender to the abdominal region.
Oh.
And as Koslov turns it over, parts, half-ripped organs slough off to the side as Morden takes pictures.
Something
You sure
came out of
aliens
these
fiction?
Well, possibly came. I mean, you can't say for sure that something came out. Come on now.
No,
It could...
no. We read this, yeah? In brief, in the network notes. Remember, they talk about creature, burying gut, burst free. Seems same.
Well, no. The larval, whatever they are, Gould. They are not. I don't think they burst free. I think you have to remove them manually. They're not particularly they don't have teeth or anything. They're just little blobby worm things.
They do not come out. They stay.
Yes, they die. I'm pretty
happens?
sure they die if they come out.
But what happens if they grow past the larval stage? Do they get so big that they burst out of this guy's chest like brrr?
No. I'm pretty sure they're implanted in people's brain stems, aren't they, or something like that?
So maybe that's where it's gone. Inside.
Possibly.
someone's
I'll
brain.
get my scalpel. Let's have a look, shall we?
Let's take a look at this guy's brain.
All right, I'm just going to sort of flip him back over. Well, actually, I'm going to put my gloves on and then flip him back over and perform an inspection of the sort of like the back of the head, inside the mouth, that kind of thing, seeing if I can see any sign of anything.
I'm gonna watch for aliens.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to take point as you do surgery on this corpse.
Okay,
We're
so no one's
past the
taking
chest
point?
burster stage, so there's got to be one on the loose.
So anyone taking point can make a spot check. Anyone wanting to investigate can make either a first aid or a biology check.
Still see nothing. What good is a high wisdom score when
22.
you roll like shit?
I don't need wisdom. I just put tons of points in spot instead.
Come on,
How
biology.
much did you get, Bentham?
In spot I put
Wait, what?
5.
He rolled
What
a
did you roll?
He rolled a 22.
I rolled a 22.
I rolled a 21.
All right, for some reason my biology is weird. I'm not sure how I...
There's some that you have to manually just roll the d20 and then manually enter the modifier because one of my modifiers is not working.
Okay, so the modifier would be... That's not right, surely. I don't know. I got 12 ranks in biology, but I'm not sure if the skill bonus is right on that.
You have 12?
Yeah, because science.
Oh, because of that one feat. I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost took that as Malik.
Right. I think this one might work because... There we go.
Whoa.
27.
Okay, and Commander Irons, what did you do?
Yeah.
They got a 22 and a 21 for both spot.
Okay. Commander Irons and Sergeant West. Koslov doesn't seem to be really noticing anything. Occasional rub of the eye seems to indicate that maybe Koslov got a little bit too much rust dust in her eye. However, both of you feel a strange unease. It's the best way to describe it. It's almost like that sixth sense of someone's watching you. You don't see anyone, you don't hear anyone, but there's that certain prickling on the back of your hair, just where it's on the back of your neck. That something
there.
isn't right here more than just a body.
Telling you they're out there. Gotta watch out for the Predator too, he might be here, but he could be on our side.
Can I see those pictures, Doctor?
Yes, certainly. There you go. Just fascinating.
And
Yes.
it looks like it looks like its feet were still inside the door before I moved the body.
Yep, it looked like it had its feet just inside the door, head was outside the door, and it was face down.
I do not mean to alarm anyone.
Hmm.
This creature was trying to leave this place and did not manage to do so.
Oh, well, yes. I wonder why. I'm just going to perform a general examination of it as well, but concentrating on the brain stem and anywhere else that.
Oh, with a 27, don't worry. It will take you a few minutes to do a full examination, but with 27, having a quick peruse, you find that it looks like the abdominal pouch, the marsupial-like pouch in which the Gourd symbiote Liv's was shredded. And having a look, you see the remains of what you think is, not having done an examination before yourself, a Gourd symbiote. But it looks like one that is distended and bloated in some sections. It seems to have thrashed about, small teeth, tiny little protrusions on the side, usually used as barbs that stick into a host and then staying there, seem to have lashed about in a frenzy and torn up most of the pouch and some of the surrounding organs. A very painful way to die. Having had a look around, there doesn't seem to be any indications on the back of the mouth, the back of the neck, that there was any Gourd symbiote that actually attacked the brainstem. In fact, from what you can tell, the brainstem is relatively intact. However, you do spot a tiny, very tiny little spine, almost like a cactus spine, but just a little bit thicker, a little bit barbed at the end, and tapering to a thicker bit at the back before tapering back off to just a little point, embedded just in the back of the neck, just above the shoulder blade.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to get some tweezers and pull it out and drop it into a sample jar, quite carefully.
What did you find, Doctor?
Well, the symbiote's still in there, and I believe that's what's caused the damage. It thrashed around and shredded its host, and it's...
Like trying to escape body?
I don't know. But I've also found this sticking out of its shoulder. It's some sort of spine or barb or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Does it look like something attacked it in or out?
Oh, it was lodged in the shoulder blade, so I think... So.
No, I mean, like you're saying the whole innards are ripped to pieces. Does it look like something came out of it, EE, or does it look like something attacked it from the exterior, ripping it open?
I think it was the symbiote just going and shredded the host.
Interesting. So it was the thing inside its core. Okay.
Yes.
As far as you can tell, that seems to be correct.
This may have had something to do with its actions, possibly some sort of, I don't know, maybe a poison delivery system, some sort of allergic reaction. It looks like a cactus spine. I'm not sure.
Does it? Okay.
Everyone roll me a. Oh, what would this be? I'm gonna say it's a spot check. Another spot check.
I was gonna see if I had anything better than. Yeah, not a gather information. Okay. All right.
Can I roll for spot as well?
Yeah, you can roll a spot check. Yeah.
Boop.
If you want, anyone who's got concentration may roll concentration instead.
Oh. That would be probably
Am
well.
I doing this?
Yep.
If you're looking.
everyone.
Yeah.
My spot's just the same.
Question: in this case, what is the difference between spot and survival?
So spot is just what you initially see or sense, whereas survival is stuff like being able to follow tracks, being able to spot specifically tracks and know where they're going, know what made the tracks, know how many people, how old the tracks are. It's that section between seeing something and also knowing what it is, where it is, how old it is.
So that spot, the survival aspect is like gut instinct.
Yes, to an extent. It's also like a bit of a learned thing. Like you have experience of tracking things. You know how heavy something has to be to make that indent.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering because my spot is about half
how
my
long
survival.
it takes a body to blow.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So I may try to use survival on a few more.
Well, you could use survival for certain things like tracking and also maybe.
But I missed that in part. You brought
Sure.
up E.
Sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. So who got 12 or higher?
I got a 16 on a spot check.
I got also 16.
Okay. And Kozlov? Kozlov, what did you get?
I rolled a spot, but it was only like a 6.
Okay. So West and Dr. Morden, with that revelation, as you glance around you, you notice something very, very strange and worrying. You've been here about maybe 8-10 minutes. It hasn't been all that long. But looking back towards the gate, it's still active.
I'm like, continue with what I'm doing.
Hang on, wasn't the gate supposed to deactivate after we came through? So we can go back the other way.
I've been told that's procedure.
Was. Yeah.
Why is the gate still on?
Well, you're the scientist.
You do not think that they switched it? When they hadn't opened other side.
Well, we can just walk back through when we need to, right?
I'm gonna
No.
get on my radio.
Okay. You hear a lot of crackling. You can just about make out a voice. It's tough to make out, but there is a voice there. It sounds human.
Okay, I'm gonna listen intensely to the voice.
Over a couple of minutes, you can work out that it's someone repeating not mechanically like the same set phrases, but there are certain words that come back that you can make out. And it appears to be technician who was doing the initial announcements before going through the gate. SG-13, gate not shut down. Going to attempt to disconnect. Not sure. Proceed with caution.
We noticed. And is there anything we can do on our end?
It takes you. You say that just once, or do you repeat that?
After a little bit, I'm like, Stargate Command.
So there's about 5 minutes of which you say that, and you get back a did not something, and you repeat it, and it goes back and forth a few times until they get the message. At which point, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in about 8 minutes. So enjoy the fan art video, and we'll be back with, hopefully, them figuring out why they're now trapped on a planet.
We're all gonna die out here! Oh!
We're gonna shoot some aliens and blow them up with grenades, and
Oh,
nothing
Jesus,
will be
I'm the only
defective
scientist.
because there's magnetic wind or anything. Yes, we'll be back soon. Enjoy the fan art video. Hello and welcome back to Roll4It. I don't think they heard what just happened there.
Hello.
Oh, they heard that though.
Oh, Jesus,
Ow.
that's the real jump scare. God.
That's the real horror.
Mm.
Let's see. I can maybe get like half an hour on the headset.
Gesundheit.
Basically,
Every time he does that, I
This
think.
would work so much better if it wasn't for the fact that he's got one of those fancy modern new phones where there's only one port, and if you want headphones, you've got to not have it charging.
Stupid BS.
And then also it's fitted with a microphone that is 99% of the time wonderful, and 1% of the time murders you.
Mm.
Yay!
But it's like Russian roulette, you know? Sometimes you want that jump scare when you're using a device.
No,
This
It's
is
only in Zoom.
the
It's never
occasion
anything
where-
else. It's just Zoom.
apparently
What
so.
does the noise?
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh?
Don't do that.
Huh?
No,
Oh, dear.
God, no. That's worse.
Okay.
The comedy
So,
of mic-based errors.
last we left off, I believe Commander Irons was trying to communicate with the SGC, despite the fact he's second in command of the team, about the fact that the gate was still on past the 32-minute time limit. The message you eventually get back over the course of maybe 10 minutes of going back and forth and trying to figure out what the other person is saying. There's horrendous distortion on the line as you shelter from the wind inside the opening to the base.
Wonder what that's
Is
like.
that
Yeah, it's hard to imagine.
So much sass today.
Commander Irons is summarily executed, and yeah, that's how we continue. Is that they've tried shutting down the gate. They've turned off all power to the gate. The gate should not be running, but despite the fact they now have literally pulled all the cables off from the gate, it cannot be physically drawing energy. It is still on.
Are you relaying that to us, by the way?
Is that that's kind of what we're assuming, right, E, based on the choppy conversation that was had and just our general knowledge?
Yeah.
That
You
is
can
what
hear
has
it.
been related back to Commander Irons over the course of maybe
Okay.
10 minutes of choppy talk.
Could it be being powered from this end somehow?
This is good idea, Doctor. What do we
Powered by
know?
what exactly? Dust?
Well, possibly. I mean, you said that there's all sorts of weird geomagnetic things going on here. I feel. Actually, do I have a compass? Let me see.
If you don't, I bet I do in my scout pack,
Mm.
my scout bundle.
Oh God, right.
I think
I
we all
probably-
just get one, maybe. Let me see.
It might be in the Stargate bundle. I don't know. I know for a fact I have.
I think
one
it is
one.
probably in the default bundle.
There's one in the
Okay, in
SG
that case,
team
yeah, I
bundle.
will pull out a compass and.
Yeah, you all pull out your compasses, and all of them are basically going.
As I suspected, yes. Right, there's some sort of geomagnetic weirdness. Which electromagnets? I think there's something going on with the electromagnetic field of this planet, perhaps. Or perhaps it's just this area, but it could be powering the Stargate on this end.
Maybe we're on the
Ah.
North Pole. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
that
spinning.
is not.
No.
I mean, I don't see what's wrong with his explanation. Maybe North Poles are powerful.
Can I attempt to respond back like via the radio? I guess. Or is it completely dead? Like, can I hear anything? Does it
You
seem
can
like I have
hear
to wait for it?
choppy in and out voices. You can occasionally make out the odd word here and there. Over the course of several minutes, you can try and piece together general ideas of what they're saying. It's not an exact sentence because
No,
they're
I'm
not
talking about.
the same.
Does it seem like the line is open so I can attempt to communicate?
Yeah. That's what Commander Irons has been doing.
It's been doing. Okay. We should tell them of magnetic activities. And I guess maybe she'll try to radio to see if it gets any clearer. And she'll radio back. Base, this is SG-13, Lieutenant Colonel. If you read us, respond. Over.
Broken, hardly respond.
Magnetic activity on planet. Over.
Say again.
Magnetic activity. Over.
Work from our end.
Do you reckon it'd work better if we go closer to the thing?
Possibly, but there is no going back through.
No, but perhaps the signal will be better. Come on, let's go. Let's go. This is fascinating.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can we
you hear me now?
just bridge some of the gap and see if it starts getting any clearer before we go all the
It
way?
definitely starts getting clearer. You
Okay.
get like 50 meters away, and suddenly like you can start making out entire words. And as soon as you
Okay.
get like right next to the Stargate, you can hear most of it. There's a lot of background noise, but you can make out like 95% of everything.
Okay, I will respond again with the same message. You know, base, this is SG-13. Colonel, do you
This
read?
is Dr. Rhodes. It makes sense what you said. It's possible the gate can draw power from the other. So, not exactly sure what to do. You'll have to find some way of making the gate disengage, or possibly. Yeah, I'll ask the scientists what they can do. In the meantime, continue with your.
Copy that. Over and out. We should continue.
Indeed.
Let them do jobs. They handle whole, we handle these.
Okay, let's go find out what burst out of the chest of those aliens.
I do not want to find that out.
It's not. I don't think it was bursting. I think it's something caused the parasite or whatever symbiote thing to thrash violently and mince his insides. Should take a
Not
sample.
on my insights,
How
minced.
fast can those things spin?
Fine. I don't know. But
Potentially, if it is living creature, it could rip apart insides when in panic, which I
Good
feel.
thing we don't have little parasites inside us, isn't it? Yes. Let's put that in there. Actually, I should probably take right. I'm just going to go back over to the guy and start just taking a few more samples, photos, etc., etc. Just like, hold this for a second. Just
Modern starts like pulling out bits of symbiote, putting them in the test tubes, like roping through intestines, hands like covered in blood up to like the end of the glass.
I'm going to need a sample of the intestinal contents as well. Here we go.
You should, yeah, I look at you and go, you should save bags. You have not even made it into facility yet.
Oh, I've got plenty. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Here, right.
just
Oh.
imagine how many messed up aliens there'll be in there.
And I suspect you're just like tossing them onto our little like carry drone.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hey,
just like loading it down. Okay.
lovely.
Now note that the Fred, you have to be about within 2 meters, otherwise it starts acting very erratically when you push the buttons on the control unit. It's designed
Is
for
it-
short use, so it's very short use right now.
I see. Does it look like it'll fit through the door? Or do we need to leave it outside the building?
It will fit through into the building, just.
All right. We are going to go into this place. I say we are on high alert. This person thing did not die simply because he had upset Tommy.
No, he had upset tummy inhabitant.
Do you think something on Dart upset symbiote?
I hope so.
It's an
No, I hope-
interesting hypothesis. I would be, well, it obviously needs more research before I can, really commit to anything. But it seems a likely theory from all the available evidence. We could infer that perhaps something like that. Obviously, I'd have to write do a lot more research and write a paper, and we need more supporting evidence for it, really. But it's
I
just
see.
a working hypothesis. Yeah.
So this means there is something else here. Daffy not only. Hmm?
Yes, perhaps don't touch anything spiky.
All right. We should have guns out. Be ready. Hmm?
I can't hold my notepad if I have a gun out. I'll
Then you stay in middle so we can make sure you don't, get picked off. Hmm?
I'll take the rear.
I bet you will. I take the front.
I feel like I'm being sexually harassed. Am I being sexually harassed?
I do not understand reference. No sexual harassment. This is, I take front, he take rear. Hmm?
Okay, fair
Flanking.
enough.
Duh.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Oh. Well, so the door you said was standing open?
Yep.
Lane.
Is it? I'm guessing it's dark inside. There's no power.
Right.
There is a very dim lighting. It looks like maybe the equivalent of emergency lighting, although you're not exactly sure where it's coming from. Just vaguely, the ceiling is emanating some sort of minor light.
Okay. Does the P90 have a light attached to it, or do I need to hold a lamp separate for that?
I believe they all come with technical flashlights.
I thought so.
Oh,
I just
we
wanted to
have-
make sure. Okay.
We have night vision goggles. We in fact have 8 pairs between us. So
Is it that dark that we would need night vision? That's true.
The
Yes,
night
we
vision
have-
goggles aren't necessary, but they would be very useful. They would, in fact, allow you to see like normal as opposed to it being very dim.
I'm wearing them.
You put them on.
It's
Okay.
very dim.
I've got like
Oh,
another
yeah.
pair on my hat as well.
I was about to say I'm going to not put mine on only because I fear firing going off and blinding me. I've been there, done that. I ain't stupid. If you want to go with night vision goggles, start with a knife. And she
Wes is
says,
stupid, so he wears them.
"Yeah, exactly. You do you." She flicks her light on and kind of shines it forward.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would assume, for the sake of the fact that the rules don't cover it, that all of your guns, especially when you've got night vision goggles, come equipped with flash suppressors that are enough that it
Oh,
won't
okay.
blind you. It would be, a bright flash, but it wouldn't affect you stat-wise.
Yeah, Morden's just like, oh, these are great, wonderful, marvelous.
All right. Are you ready? Stay close and quiet. And I look right at the doctor. Quiet. I eke the door the rest of the way open and take a look inside.
You try and push the door open. It's a big, thick, almost like a blast door. You can try and push it.
Yes, I guess I can.
Okay, what do you think would be for this?
That's what I'm wondering if it's just a general strength. I do have. Yeah, I guess it would just be a straight strength check unless you had something else.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything for like feats of strength. I think it is literally just strength. So
That's okay. I'll just roll the d20 with the strength then.
Okay.
Question is, can I do anything better than a? Finally a high roll. Pushing doors open. I got that under control.
What did you get?
A 21.
Okay, so this is a blast door, but the power is off. In these circumstances, it is designed that it possibly could be pushed, although it would take a lot of people. And all of you watch as Yana braces her legs, puts her back against the door, and starts inch by inch the door with a grating sound, the sound of grit being forced out of the tracks. It takes a while, but he just about manages to push it back. You see like muscles flexing, camo plants becoming thick with muscles suddenly bulging through them, and sweat begins to bead down her forehead. But it does push this giant blast door back.
Okay.
Well, it was gonna help, but
No need. You stay in rear.
that's the plan.
Oh.
When I guess if it goes both directions, I want to check both ends, both hallways. I'm just not sure what we see as we peer in.
So, since you're looking inside right now, you haven't even stepped over the threshold just yet. As you look inside, you see what appears to be, at the first glance, a dark, maybe 2-3 stories high room with thick, square columns. However, as your night vision goggles adjust, you notice that it is in fact exactly what you seemed to think it was before. A barren room. There is nothing in there other than 2 piles towards the back that you can't really make out from this distance. Darkness, these thick columns coming down, all of them covered in hieroglyphics of some kind. And towards the back, there does appear to be another door. This one, again, ajar. It looks like it hasn't had a chance to close. It is currently only ajar by maybe 6 inches, though.
Seems empty. These thick doors, and I kind of pat the one that I pushed open. These are meant to keep things in or out. They all seem to be strangely ajar just before closing. makes one wonder.
Oh, indeed. I wonder. I'm gonna go and see if I can translate. Oh, I'm gonna have a look at the columns and see if I can translate what it says.
You did all say you were going to move quietly, so are you going to move quietly so you can make moves silently rolls?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak over there and
Okay, cool. We'll move as a group towards the columns because that seems to be the only thing in the room.
Oh, this is gonna be
I
fun.
got this. 11.
18.
I'm not the worst.
Fuzzy got a 13.
Can't find it on my sheet. Oh, there it is. 23.
Aha!
11, 18, 23, and Morden, what did you get?
13.
13. 11, 13, and silent. Okay. So as you walk in, all of you not doing horrendously badly. There were no like major screw-ups. But certainly the more experienced Navy SEAL and the Spetsnaz operator moving almost whisper quiet in the very front and the very rear can hear in the middle the ever so slight sound of feet grating against dust and rubbing it into the floor. The occasional sound of someone's clothing moving against something that's not fully strapped down on their equipment.
Probably
It's faint,
the riffling of
but it's there.
paper.
And the pen running back and forth. Okay, Morden, you wanted to check some hieroglyphics and try and translate them?
Yes. That is correct.
Okay, do you have any knowledge of Gould language?
I do, yes.
Okay, you managed to get briefed. If you would like to roll that then.
Now, is this going to work?
It didn't add any modifier.
Didn't take the roll.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't like that. You may have to roll it manually.
So you
Okay.
got a 15, or would you like to roll again?
I've got
If he wants that.
Yeah, 15.
I'll honor the die roll. Next time you'll have to roll it manually, but you rolled a dice and it was above average and all that, so it's pretty good. 15 is enough that you can translate most of it. It appears to be non-technical language, so you don't need to have a particularly high roll. Most of this seems to be an entrance lobby of some kind. From what you can tell, it seems to be a entrance lobby, grand hall, waiting area type thing, although for a research facility, that still doesn't mean it's a public-facing area. But most of the hieroglyphics seem to just talk about how amazing Ra is, the size of his fleets, etc. But there are large passages dedicated to lesser members of the pantheons, including what appears to be a section towards the back wall dedicated to Eris. And the fact that she was in charge of intelligence gathering, but also sidelined in improving or manipulating or finding ways to up the standing of her and the people she was allied with. And she was useful not because of her military might or because of her force of arms, but because she could come at things from different angles. That seems to be the spiel. It's propaganda mostly, but from what you can tell.
Right. Okay, so this bit towards the back here, looks like that was sort of to do with Eris, who was some sort of intelligence research sort of big job.
One of them aliens?
Well, yes, I do. Well, yes, obviously.
You would know from your
It's gonna be-
initial briefing pack as well that Eris was a Gould who first came through the gate, showed the SGC how to turn the gate on, and then double-crossed the SG-1 team after it turned out that she was a Gould herself.
That sounds about right.
Yes, apparently she was a tricky old bugger. Right, so is she dead now, or would I know that?
As far as you're aware, she got away and is still alive.
Right. So this is probably the way to go if we want to find all the clever research stuff.
We gotta be careful of double crosses. Looks towards Kozlov.
What?
Did I do something?
Not yet.
This is true. I put my hand on my knife.
I put my hand on my automatic shotgun.
I start walking forward past both of them, and it's just like, right, let's go.
I go, shh, wait. I would like to see these piles. You said there were piles at the end of the room.
Yeah, I'm heading.
Oh, is that where you're headed? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, let's see what these are.
As you get closer, walking through the gloom, your night vision goggles managed to cut through it pretty well, although the resolution isn't great. It's a bit washed out. There's a certain amount of graininess to it, but you can certainly see things you would never have seen otherwise. You make out from only halfway across that they are 2 more Jafar warriors, both of whom have huge abdominal wounds.
Oh, there's more than Jafar here. I'm going to see if they've got them. And, right, I'm going to take them out now. Just do it. All right, get some real forward from with my mouth.
Yeah, I look at them both and like motion for the goggles, and can she not see it with her night vision goggles enough to be able to do the surgery, or do we have to take them off?
I'm going to take my goggles off just for better close-up vision and just be like,
Okay.
Yeah,
And
if
I
you
try
take your
to-
goggles, you need to take your goggles off ideally to get enough resolution to be able to see individual details like that. But if you use a torch, you'll be able to see.
Yeah,
If
so I
no one
shine it.
looks
Yeah.
directly at her torch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to do the same as before, just sort of examine them, but specifically looking for any kind of, spiky thing poking out of them.
Okay, make biology rolls.
All right.
Just one, actually. Sorry, one roll will do.
That will be for that. 21.
Heyo.
21 is good. You managed to find one spine embedded behind the ear of one of the Jafar. The other one, you find one spine that seems to have embedded in the armor, actually didn't penetrate. You can't find the other, but that doesn't mean that you necessarily...
Could be in his hair, could be
in his hair, could be in the dark where you can't see, could be in a fold in the armor.
could have been snapped off when he was thrashing around, etc. Yeah, okay, so I'll sort of like take the spines that I find and put them in specimen jars, do a little examination of the cause of death again, and just be like, oh, fascinating.
So it is same.
Yes, these spines are definitely. So, can I sort of see what sort of like? Can I examine the spines specifically to try and work out like, do they look like cactus spines? Are they more like hedgehog spines? Do they have like? Do they look biological? Do they look manufactured?
Do any of you have any magnifying glasses or anything like that in your kit?
No, I don't have any. I don't think I didn't take anything like that. So.
Shit, which kits did I take?
We've got binoculars. That's kind of like magnifying glasses.
If we don't,
medic bundle? What's in the medic bundle? I don't think there's anything useful in there for this.
No.
Camera.
I go. If this is in fact research facility, maybe medical place where there is alien instruments that could in fact help us.
True.
Might be
Interesting.
able to tell.
If they have microscope.
Damn it! No, I didn't bring any.
Yeah, because we didn't do the investigation pack. We did the raid pack, so it didn't have.
I should have taken the researcher bundle. Damn it! I was thinking of changing to it.
Yeah, from what you can tell, the spine is maybe 12 millimeters long by 1, maybe 2 or 3 at its biggest. It's hard to see, especially in the dark. You would need some either very good lighting or vision magnification.
Right. Well, I'm just going to try and get somebody to hold a flashlight right up to it so I can just sort of like.
Yeah, I was holding a torch for you.
Yeah. In which case... What would you think you would want to roll here?
Spot?
Possibly biology again to try and work out if it's biological or manufactured.
Okay. Yeah, you can make a biology roll for this then.
24?
Nice.
How'd you roll an 8 and get 24? Damn.
Because
12 plus, dude.
Wait, 8 plus 12?
wait, hang on. No, that was
There's
wrong.
still more things to add in there.
8 plus 12
yeah,
and
12 ranks in biology. Yeah.
8.
So you rolled an 8, you sure?
Yes.
You rolled 20.
20. I don't know where the
There's a
24
lot of
came from.
modifiers happening there, but I don't know if
Yeah.
any of them are real.
I'm just, honestly, I'm very confused by this. So
No, you've got 12 ranks and you've got intelligence 4.
yes.
Oh.
24.
Holy
Okay.
crap!
But does it say 4 anywhere in the output of the roll? So I was like, how?
So with 24, looking at it without any scientific equipment, it's hard to
I
tell.
basically just take my glasses off and I'm just doing the close-up, short-sighted thing, and I'm just like,
Without any vision magnification or anything like that, it's hard to tell. Without any analysis tools, it's hard to tell. But from initial visual examination, it seems to be perfectly symmetrical. They seem to match perfectly with the other ones that you've gathered. You would hazard a guess that they're artificial just because they are so uniform.
okay. Well, these are either created by something that's ridiculously good at making spiky things, or they're artificial. Interesting. Probably artificial. I need more information on them.
We should keep moving. We have been here too long.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yana,
Kozlov
you specifically can make a survival roll if you wish.
Finally. A 25!
Woo!
I was looking for a really high DC. Yana, you can smell a number of things. In fact, your sense of smell has often been the bane of jokes, jibes, and ridicule, but normally in a good-hearted way after it's saved you and your comrades a few times in the past. With your amazing sense of smell here, you can smell iron, both from the blood and from the general dust. You can smell the smells of Commander Irons, the sweat of your fellows. You can smell a bit of...
Thank you very much.
You can smell a little bit of the chapstick that Morden is wearing. You can even smell the freshly lubricated oil of the thread that is just a few feet away from you. But you can also smell something that is ever so slightly different. It's an acrid, almost like bleach mixed with some sort of citrus fruit. It's very faint, but it is a very sharp smell for something so faint.
Do you smell this? Smell what?
Shh. Something is here. Not this way. Can I smell it, the direction it's coming from?
It seems to be roughly where you're standing, give or take a couple of feet.
Wait. Can I track it to a location? Or does it seem to be coming from the pile of bodies?
Vaguely the pile of bodies, but soon after you move and try and gather where it's from, and Morden puts the sample away, the smell diminishes massively.
Wait. Give me that. And I take the sample and I put the lid back on.
Definitely something to do with that dart.
What?
These smells of acidic, like lemon, citrus, yeah? Duh? I know you cannot smell. Just trust me. It smells.
I would taste it, but I feel that would be horribly
Do
dangerous.
not do this.
Yes.
Everyone else could roll if you wanted, but I will just let you know for simplicity's sake, the only reason that Kozlov gets to make that roll is because she has a feat that says, even when not normally applicable, you may make a roll.
I imagine I sniff and get nothing.
Yeah,
Please
it
don't.
just smells like a bit of stale blood, maybe?
It is like the bleach. It is
Smells of death
Potent.
and metal.
that too.
Death metal.
And you said I was odd for tasting the earth, honestly now.
Come, as I stated before, we have stayed too long in this place. Which direction, Doctor? You said that there is laboratory.
Oh, yes. That way, I think.
Yeah, you would know from reading some of the hieroglyphics that the door in front of you says most definitely keep out those who don't worship, the false gods and blah 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 blah. This belongs to Eris. Piss off. Effectively, is the translation.
I didn't even know you could say piss off in hieroglyphs. Fantastic. Right, okay. Should we go? I mean, just, after you, heavily armed people.
Okay. I guess I'll
move
lead
up.
the party again.
Okay. As you get towards the door, you notice the door is ajar. Maybe by now you're closer 9 inches not very much. And the reason it's ajar by that much is it seems to have closed and then stopped on something that has squished. Looking down below, you see what used to be a head and is now somewhat of a slightly flattened oblong just at the bottom of the door. It's almost completely severed at the neck, and the body lies inside the door, the head having fallen just into where the door should be closed.
These aliens are terrible at making doors.
No,
You'd think you'd have some sort of automatic fail-safe if it was closing on something.
I
I
don't
do.
think blast doors are supposed to stop when things are in the way.
If there is no
Oh, it's a
power.
blast door. Right, okay.
Well, clearly these
Does
aliens
this one
are
also look like a
useless at
blast door,
doors.
EE?
It's not a blast door like the outside one. It's thick, but it's not that thick. It's probably an internal door designed to be protected against, staff weapons, etc. that Jafar use instead of maybe like fighters, bombers, like the outside door.
Okay.
The head. So I'm going to ask a very specific question. Does it look like this person fell and the door attempted to close on this person? Or does it look like somebody smashed this door into this person's head over and over again?
You may make a survival roll, a biology roll, or maybe something
25.
else applicable if anyone has it. 24 survival. It looks like the door closed on their head.
Mm.
Just for the way that there is no real splat pattern nearby other than just a crush. But the way it seems to have happened that way, you would maybe suspect it was post-mortem. Not
Right.
by a long way, but just post-mortem.
So
And you
the
can
person
tell-
with
You can tell something about the way they're dressed is that they're not a Jafar. They appear to be dressed in gaudy velvets and satins of silver and purple. And a large chunk of their neck and back of their head is in fact missing.
Is that
Does
where
this
them Guauls come from? On the body.
does it?
I think
You
I know
are
how he died.
muted.
Oh, right, okay. Let's see. Right, I'm going to start taking photos, and then I'm going to do a little examination of the back of the neck of this person to see if there is a symbiote sort of gold thing that's gone mental in there.
Do you know these
Biology roll?
roles? Yeah, why are you investigating it? Can you identify their dress of choice?
That one would be a xenoculture if you wish to do that as well.
That's a 35 then?
Okay, with a 35,
I'm getting good at this.
Holy
So,
shit.
most definitely, the symbiote that was in there seems to have done the same thing with the Jafar in that it thrashed around, but there's a lot less space. And so it appears that it managed to penetrate into the lower sections of the skull. It possibly fractured some of the upper vertebrae, possibly dislodging the axis and the atlas vertebrae from each other, truncating the head of the atlas, possibly puncturing through into the windpipe, and making a whole mess of generally the back of the head and neck.
Right. I'm also
yeah, it
at
could have
the
been
same
relatively
time
quick.
looking out for spines.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You find a spine relatively easily noticed because it is embedded directly below the eye socket on one side, just in the top of the cheek.
Fascinating. So I'll take more samples and take this. But I wonder if this was some sort of anti-gold bio weapon or something. Some sort of weapon, perhaps. A
We
gun?
need to make
place.
sure that these weapons get back, because we can explode a Guauld with these weapons.
I think it's gold, not gold.
I'll call the damn
Gold?
aliens what I please.
No,
But,
accuracy is important.
Regardless of your choice.
Somebody should probably go and. You know what? We should, yes, we should probably report this before we go any further because these are very important developments. And
You want to go all the way back to Gooey Hole simply to tell them what it is we have found.
it's 50 feet or so. It's not a long
How
way.
far? I thought it was quite a ways off in the distance. How far from the
Well,
portal
it's
to
not the entrance hall.
The entrance to the Stargate is 13 meters, so it's 90 foot. The large hallway corridor entrance that you went through is probably 40, 50 meters in length.
All right.
So you're still within 100 meters of Stargate.
Yeah. So you can. So if somebody runs back, gives a quick report on what happened, and then comes back quickly, while the rest of us try and get this door open, perhaps.
What
do
we
it,
tell
actually.
them
I'll
that
do it.
everyone here is dead.
Sergeant.
Yeah.
My apologies, Kozlov. You're the one ordering around it.
No, this is. I do not like splitting. We go together or we do not go. My job is simple. I have to keep all of you alive.
But it's just that bad. We haven't encountered anything
Yes.
nasty.
I want you to stop and look at this. Every body we have come across has the same thing in the neck. This
Yes.
is not coincidence. These people were hunted. Take it from a hunter. Something was here. It killed them all. I bet you that the thing that did it still resides here. So if you think it is safe for you to go out 100 meters by yourself, then go.
Commander Irons, make a spot check.
Okay,
Oh.
I will do. That's 21.
Okay, yeah. The side of your neck, you feel a slight thump, almost like a large bumblebee's bounced into you, and there's a slight stinging sensation. You lose 1 vitality.
Ow.
What?
I grab my neck, bring up my gun, and turn to where it came from.
What is it, sir?
With a 21, you'd think, because of the way that you got hit, it came from the door.
I am going
that
to
9-inch
fire.
opening.
I'm
Okay.
going to shoot. Return fire!
Yes, sir. And I open fire.
What? Oh my god. You start firing
Okay.
into the hole?
Literally.
I mean, you're a couple of meters from the hole, so you're more opening fire at the hole, not through it, but sure. Okay, so initially, let's go with the order of action there because of the way it was declared.
Are you attacking the darkness?
I am magic shotgunning the darkness.
Right, Commander Irons, what are you doing for your attack?
I am going to use... Oh, which is better? Would you say this is point blank range?
What's the range on the shotgun?
The range on the shotgun is 20. Or is that
20 feet.
20.
Yeah.
It just says 20.
That's 20 feet then. No, it wouldn't be point blank.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to fire. What would I have used? Probably at this point I'd be using the P90 and just have the shotgun on the back. So I'll level the P90 and fire.
Okay. What type of shot are you doing?
A good one.
I mean, burst, auto fire strafe, auto fire.
I think burst is the one that doesn't get any accuracy negatives, right?
You can choose to use a wide burst, which gives you a +2 to hit. Wide burst is +2 to hit.
Yeah, that's the one. I will
Okay.
do that. then.
Also, burst firing a P90, I believe, gives you a +1 that mitigates the -1 that P90s have. I think, off the top of my head.
So that's in
yeah.
total a +3 to the attack.
-1 because the P90's got -1, +1, which counts that, and +2, so you do +2.
Okay. And my ranged attack bonus is 5?
I will double check that. The P90s either get a +1 auto fire or +1 on burst.
And I get...
You're the one who knows that one.
Yeah, and then I get total of +7 on this then.
It sounds about right. Your dex is 4.
I got a 20!
Okay.
I am going to activate that crit with an action die.
Do it.
You got a nat 20.
Yeah. Total 27.
Oh,
Okay, that makes a difference. And you're choosing to crit with the action die. That does make a difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also add the action die when you do that, or is it just turning it into a crit?
You just turn it into a crit. You spend it, you don't roll it. So, please roll me your damage.
I think it already did. for that is 1d10 plus 1, which is 8.
8, and it has arm penetrating, so it's a -3 to any armor. Okay.
Does the crit
Now
increase
that-
the damage?
Nope. But it goes to wounds rather than to
Ah,
vitality.
right, yes, that's it.
So, I think at the same time as you then, I believe someone else was opening fire.
Because I shouted open fire.
Yeah, he said return fire, so I'm like, yes, sir, and I fire a shot with the shotgun
Morden's
at the
just
door.
like, ah!
So
Okay.
I'll make.
What shotgun are you using?
This is a Spas 15,
Okay.
and I guess it's a. I can only make a single shot, so I guess can I brace? Or is it going to be?
This is more a reaction to that shot. You could, but I'd say you'd effectively... The delay in firing back would negate any bonus, really. This is more a reaction shot.
Okay, so I just make my roll.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to apply right, actually. We'll see, we'll hope. That
did.
is a 19 for damage 12.
Damn.
Okay.
I don't think it did actually apply everything, I think, because I don't know if I've set that up right. Yeah, I've missed. I need to add my strength mod to the attack.
No, you don't. Not for ranged attacks.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
What is it?
You take your ranged attack bonus from the line at the top, and you use that as the modifier.
The summary sheet says that you apply strength mod to ranged attacks as well, so that's weird.
The summary sheet is wrong.
I get a 19.
You get a 19. Okay. You're not going to action die that. You're going to go with 19?
Yeah. That seems like...
Okay.
it'll
So you
work if
fire
it'll
and you
work.
get a 19. And for that was 12 damage.
Yep.
Okay. Was Kozlov firing as well?
No. Kozlov
Okay.
is not that trigger happy. The moment she sees it, they make it known exactly where we are. Kozlov's going to do what she does best, which is fucking hide. She would like to disappear because if anything comes out of that door, she doesn't want to know it's there. So if there is a place to hide and or take cover, that is where she would like to be.
There's a lot of darkness and there's some columns. Yeah, you can totally roll me a...
Yeah. Perfect. So, you like...
This would be a hide check.
Oh, hide.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, I critted on that. I trip over a dead body. Ah!
Uh-oh.
You crit failed.
Yeah, I crit failed on it at 1.
I
Very
could
nice.
activate it with one of my action die to make it a crit fail. I'm gonna pass the opportunity. I will let you stumble but not fall as you try to get out of the way.
I bet
all
the
of
shotgun
you-
does not have a suppressor on it. Is anybody using the shotgun? With all our night vision on.
I had a
yeah.
shotgun. I used a
West
shotgun.
was using a shotgun. There's a flash and you're like blinded
Yeah,
momentarily,
I'm like,
which causes you
oh, I
almost
go
to
to
stumble.
hide, and when the shotgun goes off, it just like it blinds me, and I trip over one of the dead bodies.
Morden's just crouching on the floor.
Everyone make a quick listen check.
Ooh.
God, a 6. 2 is my magic number on a d20 today.
Oh,
I have rolled
what's
2 many a time.
7.
15?
There's listen one that doesn't actually appear on the sheet until you add it.
Yeah, you gotta.
Right. You have to type it in. I typed it under hobby because that's a wisdom based. Listen's a wisdom based.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can just type it in, and it
I
should
roll
do-
a wisdom thing. I get a 6. I hear
Yep.
booger. I've just fired a shotgun.
I got
That's
15.
all I hear.
Okay. Morden. For some reason, you may be because you weren't firing a gun very close to your ears or weren't busy falling over a body. Amongst the gunfire and the din, you hear a weird sound, almost like a thump, like someone taking a cleaver to a lump of meat. Rather than a lot of the ping of a pang and the other miscellaneous sounds of things hitting metal or things hitting stone, there is certainly a sound of something thumping into a organic substance.
I think you might have hit something.
Damn right we did.
Good. And I
Did we kill
move
him?
behind a column and like pull out whatever it is that got.
I'm going to hurry over and just sort of
Shoved
like,
into my neck,
oh,
like-
oh, you're right. What happened? What happened? Show me. Is that one of the spines?
Bastard got me.
Oh, marvelous! Quick, put it in the sample jar.
Can you help patch me up?
Yes, of course. Yes, I'll sort you out. Yes. Right. Okay.
and
Let's right.
Get me an EpiPen. I don't know what this thing's gonna do.
Yes, I will. The fuck is it in the actual med kit thing? Hang on.
Is the commander gonna get a chest burster now?
I don't know.
I better not. Come on, geneticists. Tell me I'm not gonna lose my rib cage.
Okay,
Very
I'm
attached to it.
gonna give him an antidote shot.
Nice.
And sort of like, because it's only a very small hole, so he probably won't need. I was just better safe than sorry. Just antidote shot. I'm also going to sort of like pull my scarf up close around my neck. It's just like,
Actually, when I see you do it, that was going to be my next suggestion. I do not think it is good for us to have skin showing. Yeah?
well, it's a good thing. I yes, definitely not.
Anything that you've got, start covering the neck. And we saw it hit the face, right, too? Something, one of the barbs came out of a face. It seems to simply look for something. We haven't seen anyone anywhere else in a body. It's been like neck up, right?
Well, there was one lodged
yes.
in armor, but yeah.
Yeah, there's one lodged in the back of the armor on one of the Jafar, but
Back of armor, but it didn't penetrate the armor.
No.
Okay. We should
just
cover
shrug
ourselves. Yeah. That is, well. And I go through and, kind of pull some things and begin like, I have a bunch of, I think I have a bunch of net too. Rope, things like that where we can cover ourselves, bind it, just anything to start covering those major arteries around our neck.
okay.
I mean, these are obviously. I mean, how are you feeling now?
Make a fortitude save.
Shit.
There it is.
That's what we're waiting on.
It's a good thing I got decent.
How dead are you feeling?
I got 16.
16 dead.
16.
Now, my question is, do you have a gourd symbiote?
Maybe?
Yeah, no, you feel fine.
Oh, okay, good. Whew.
Okay. So there's a die perfectly on E's face again. It's great.
Brilliant.
Did whatever we heard go thump, did it happen? It came from the other side of the door we haven't pushed open, yes?
Yep.
I would like to release my night vision goggles and shine a torch down the hallway, like into the 9-inch crack or whatever, to see if I can see it on the ground.
I'm gonna have my gun pointed down the gap.
Okay.
Well shrugged and looking like an idiot.
Okay, you two may make spot checks. It's hard to get anyone else around that door because it's a very narrow crack.
Yeah.
Morton's just like, no.
I was about to say, take care of him.
I roll a
Nope,
natural 1
5
and
and
get
6.
5.
I got a 6.
I get a crit fail.
Okay. I'm not going to activate that crit fail because it's a crit fail on spot check. Yeah, you look down the corridor, you see nothing.
I think it's dead. Maybe it turned to dust.
Don't have heat vision goggles, do we? Only night. Actually, let me double check I did get one in my scout. Hang on. I want to know that. That would be very helpful.
Do we have any flares or anything we can throw in there?
Yeah, I've got a flare. Yeah, we all get flares. Yeah. At least my scout bundle I know does. 4 scout, machete, throwing knives. Bleh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 5 flares. I can toss one down there. When I hear her say that, I'll pop one out and toss the red light in down the direction.
Okay. It skitters along the floor, becoming slowly slows down before it bumps into what appears to be another body.
I'm gonna take off my night vision goggles because that's gonna mess me up.
Yep.
I take a
already
minute
The
to
body
learn that
begins to
lesson.
catch on fire.
Oh, good. Now we have natural light. Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't see. What do I do?
That's going to smell.
Open your
I
eyes.
was about to say I pull them up next to the other set that's on the top of your head.
Oh, right. There we go. Thank you.
Whatever it is, whether we have killed it or injured it, it's injured. You said you heard
There's
it.
definitely something still here, and it's definitely trying to dart us. It probably thinks we're gold. We should try and communicate with it.
Do you
Look for
think it
blood.
is
If it
hunting?
bleeds, we can kill it.
It's already started communicating, and I point to my neck with a hole in it.
It doesn't know what we are. I will attempt to communicate. Hello?
No,
Is there
stop!
anybody-
I put my hand over her mouth as she starts.
I speak I speak this thing's language, and I get my gun ready.
It is not friendly. Look at this. It attacked him.
I'm going to pull your hand away and just be like, look, we don't know it's hostile necessarily, all right? It may be trying to defend itself. Whatever it is.
Defend itself from what?
To the body on the floor with the bursted head. I point to body down hallway now on fire. Does it look friendly?
Well, these are hostile aliens, are they not?
I'm gonna move up, press myself up against the door, and like peek through the crack again and see if I can, do that while moving the door open a bit. I'm actually gonna check with Kozlov first. Like, I can do this. You want to breach?
Da. Go.
Make a strength check. This is one-handed, so I will say you've got like a minus. No, I'll just increase the DC.
Yeah. Okay. And this is. Oh dear, I'm not that strong.
It's not too bad because you're mostly using your body weight in your legs and one arm. It's not like you're just using one of them. 13 is enough that you start to inch it slowly. You've got it to the stage that sideways someone can fit through that.
Shall I help? I can help.
I laugh at him.
Eek. Quickly.
Oh, he's
Oh, plug it in.
There we go.
okay. Hear the beeps. The bloops are
I am-
coming.
I was about to say, I am going to go down hallway.
I'll cover you.
Good. I will go ahead and toss my night vision goggles on one more time.
Okay.
I'm
There
gonna
is a
follow.
body burning down there quite brightly, but
That's right. No, then that would be stupid. I do not do that. If it's very clear and it's helping provide light, then I'll just enter with the light on the gun.
it is a long hallway. The light in the area of the body and the flare is definitely bright, but towards the end of the corridor, your night vision just makes it impossible to see because you're so absorbed by that flare. Your vision is kind of out, so you can't see the end of the corridor, but you can definitely see the midsection. There seems to be a winding corridor that goes off further in, but there seems to be also a couple of doors, and most of them are open. There are one or two that are closed.
I look for blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as we begin moving towards the open doors.
Okay, make spot or survival checks.
Oh, I'm going disable that. Let's not do that. Ignore that spot because I wanted to make a survival. Got that too late.
16.
Haha, much better. 27.
Never mind.
Yeah, survival though is just like
7.
a 7.
Uh,
Where are you from, boy?
I'm from East West Texas.
do I do a
Later.
spot check as well? Because I'm kind of following everybody else.
Totally.
Right, I'll go. Great, where did spot go?
You look for blood in a sciencey way.
She licks it.
Don't.
Licks everything.
Licks
I'm
the
just
floor
like,
till it
everybody's
tastes
in
of
front
blood.
of me. I'm just like, I can't see shit.
I rolled a 27 on the survival.
Yeah. So most of you have a hard time in the dark. However, very briefly, Sergeant West, you put your hand against the wall at one point, just like trying to feel where it is as you lose track as you
I'm looking around the corner.
And your hand comes away slick, and there is, shine a light on it, it is blood. Kozlov, as you go forwards to investigate that, you notice that that blood does appear to be from bullet impacts against someone. It looks like someone wounded whatever it was, and that that blood is fresh and still warm.
Can I track it?
You can certainly try. And I will say, as part of that roll, because you rolled so highly, you know it went a little bit further away and stopped. And appeared to spend a little time there, maybe the last 30 seconds. A little pool. And in the pool, a footprint. Before walking on again, further into the labyrinth. But at this point, with that spot check, Sergeant West, if you turn around as Kozlov does this tracking, you notice that Kozlov has a couple of glimmers in her thick woven clothing that she now has around her arms.
Glimmers?
It's hard to see in the light. There are a couple of almost like needles.
Like metallic almost.
I'm gonna look closer and be. So are they like the spines? Is that what they are?
She has 5 spines that seem to have hit areas of armor and not penetrated.
Okay, I'm like, it's got your arm. It might still be around here.
I like
Also,
squat
we
and
can kill it.
I look and kind of pluck a few.
Sergeant West, you feel as something hits just above your eyelid. You take 1 point of vitality damage.
It's in here, it got me! And I'm gonna start looking around for it.
Dude, it is hunting us. Keep quiet.
It already knows where I have. It just shot me in the face. Where are you?
Stay calm,
I'm gonna
son.
kill you.
Yeah, I walk over and just bitch slap him. Just smack him.
At this point, I'm sort of knelt down in the back, just inspecting the blood.
And I'm like, soldier, get it together. We are all in danger. Do not make it worse upon us. Da?
I know I'm in danger, and I like pluck the spine out and hold it. I'm gonna
We
get into
can't
cover
seem to
somewhere.
tell where these are coming from.
Specifically, Sergeant West, because you said you quickly look around, make a spot check.
Okay. Spot. I'm glad I put as many points as I could into this. 12. Not that it helps that much.
It's a small corridor, and yet you can't see it.
Okay, I'm like, I think it's invisible. It must be. I knew it.
When I say go, hit the floor. And I reach in, I'm gonna pull a smoke grenade. I want to see if I can, like, if it's an invisible creature, you can still see the smoke move as it passes through it. So I'm trying to get eyes on it.
Okay.
All right. So I grab the grenade and I'm like, 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I'm going to toss it down the hallway at the end where he kind of pointed and see if I can't add smoke to the space.
I
Okay.
grab Morden and pull us both to the floor.
Oh, yeah, hit the ground just in case it like starts shooting things at us.
Everybody else dives down. I'm just there kneeling, like, what's happening?
Kozlov, roll me an attack roll for the smoke grenade.
Oh, how does that work? Let's see here. All right. I think that special properties. I think I just roll the attack.
Yeah, I think it's a standard attack roll.
So it doesn't do any damage because, of course, it's a smoke grenade, but the attack was 30.
I think there'd be negatives to the range because you're trying to throw it down the corridor, and I think the range on the grenade is pretty short increments.
So what is that dex or is that strength?
It'll be dex still. I think everything uses dex in this one.
Okay, so that's a 13.
13. Yeah, it does and bounces down the corridor before coming to a stop next to what appears to be a pile of marked gold crates. And then everyone who's looking at the smoke, make a spot check.
Hmm.
13.
Nice.
Actually, my last check was a spot check, wasn't it?
I roll a 2 for 6. Nearly a crit, but not quite.
15 on that spot.
10.
The smoke begins to fill the corridor.
I, 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10
Wait, it just fills the corridor?
Mm-hmm.
We don't see anything move.
Nope.
Right. I'm looking at this blood. Is it like... Does it look human? You know, does it look weird?
It looks vaguely like human or Jafar or Gourd blood. It seems to be red. It seems to be sticky. And it seems to be still slightly warm.
Yes, it's definitely fresh blood. Fascinating. I'm going to take a little sample.
Okay.
We should.
I consider licking it, and then I was like, no, that would be terrible.
So I don't know if it makes a difference. So I did get a sport. I get a sport because I don't know why. I guess whatever. Something I chose gave me a sport option. I did choose hunting as my sport of choice. I don't know if that makes a difference in like tracking it or anything, but
No, tracking would be survival, but you could possibly guess how it would be hunting you.
that is maybe of better interest to me.
Okay. You may make a hunting roll.
Oh, that's based on strength though, because it's a sport. I guess is the way they're looking at it. So it's a physical roll. Maybe survival is the better check. I don't know.
I will let you roll it as a wisdom.
Okay. Okay. I'll do it that way. I only rolled an 8. My D20. Tell me.
It's an alien. It
No.
could be in any myriad of ways.
Okay. We should keep moving.
I agree. I'll take this side.
Um,
And I bring up my shotgun.
yeah. I guess I'll continue to use the assault rifle. And I go, I look at, I don't remember his name. I'm so bad at this. West, Sergeant West. And I'm like, get ready with more grenades.
The smoke kind or the killy kind?
I am done with smoking.
Killing, okay.
Okay. And, I guess, can I smell the blood too to track it? That's a good thought.
Yeah, it effectively lowers the DC of your tracking because you automatically get that with your survival roll.
Oh, I just thought I go, okay, cool. Okay, this way. Go. And I'd like to move stealthy if possible.
Move silently for all of you then.
Already a concussion grenade, but I've just looked in the rules and it doesn't actually mention it, so I don't know.
It does a concussion grenade. It's on that chart. I only made a 10 on that. Move silently, not the good.
7. I'm a ninja.
13, I rolled a 4.
Taking a second to
Brilliant.
find
You're
it,
killing
'cause
it, crew.
Spelling is difficult.
Yeah. No
Um,
sweat.
How do I get the
That's-
highest move silently roll with 14?
Yeesha. The concussion grenade does 5d4 damage.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes a difference.
I'm using an action die. Oh no. Okay. So you head deeper in the facility as you follow the scent and the smell and the trail that you picked up before. You make your way towards a bigger room. You can see that there are several warnings printed in gold, demarcations saying, this point is a little bit off limits, this point is secret, this point is don't go here. But you also walk past another door. This door specifically seems to be, as you walk past corpse after corpse after corpse, probably the origin of where these corpses have been running from. As you can tell from the fact that seemed to be about 3 clustered around the door, who, judging by the blood, probably were trying to hold it closed.
They were trying to keep whatever it was in.
Mm-hmm.
That's why sliding doors are a really bad idea.
I'm like, why don't these aliens speak English, damn it?
I feel like maybe we should just get out of here. I mean, do we? I mean, I think that maybe we should do just more research outside, rather than go into the dark.
We gotta
scared.
kill this thing.
We are
Blow
it up.
close now.
Look,
Go
we should
back.
try and negotiate with it. All right, I'm sure that it's perfectly rational, perfectly rational being. Hello, we come in peace.
I grab her mouth again.
You'll hide.
I facepalm, and that's just embarrassing for you.
Ration. What? It already attacked us, and I point to the multiple.
Ooh, samples. Can I just thank you?
Is this room labeled?
There does appear to be writing on the wall, literally.
Can I try and translate it?
Yeah.
You may indeed.
Right.
Like somebody came by and like wrote a message on it, or it is actual like purposeful labeling?
Embedded, purposeful into the wall.
Okay.
Right. So I've taken Gould as a language. Hang on. So I think my thing is set up wrong for this. That might be better. 15.
It appears to be some sort of research lab. As far as you can tell, it seems to be a research lab related to what languages do you speak?
Gold.
Okay. It appears to be an Arabic word that you're not familiar with.
Oh, hang on. Well, I think one of my kits, I might have something.
Oh, do you have a translator kit?
Yes.
I did.
Okay.
I remember you said you took that nice.
Yeah, in which case, roll me flat intelligence.
How do I roll just flat intelligence? Is that?
I believe it gives you a +3 for the translator kit. So yeah, intelligence +3.
Okay, so that's. There isn't a thing for just flat intelligence, is there?
No, you'll have to roll it manually.
All right. How the fuck do I roll it manually again? I've forgotten. It's been so long since.
/R space 1d20 +3.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Holy shit!
Yeehaw!
If you spend
That'll be
action
20.
die, you can make that a crit.
Would you like to spend an action die?
For one word?
I will give you the surrounding content and everything you can relate to that as well.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with an action die spent, you turn that into a natural 20 crit. What is your total as well? It's 23 plus a crit. Okay. The word is Hashassin. The origin of the word assassin.
Yes.
What is it?
Hashashin.
Oh.
Yeah.
How often?
Oh. Right. This is they were doing research on some sort of assassin.
They were trying to improve on the assassins that they have used in the past. From what you can tell, it appears that maybe the Gould actually created the original assassins. And this appears to be a genetic experiment on improving them. There do seem to be elements of the facade that talk about also giving them better technology, etc. One of them seems to talk about phasing technology, and the other one seems to talk about toxin.
Oh, right. Okay. So these things can possibly phase and toxins, possibly generating natural toxins. I'm not entirely sure. Let's take photos of all of this.
Do what now?
Yes.
You've been watching
So this
Trek Wars
seems to
2?
be a genetically engineered assassin that can phase. Would that be like phasing through matter, or?
From the facade, you don't know. It merely just talks about the things that this research lab covers. If you go into the research lab and look at the data there, you might get to know a lot more.
The creature
Right.
go into this room? Does it look like following the blood trail? It's gone this way.
At this point, you would lose it unless you need to re-roll.
Okay. I guess I'll re-roll that
Also,
survival.
what's your AC? What's your defense modifier? Your defense total, Dr. Morden?
Shit.
Is it 12 or 10?
It's 10 because I took the armor.
Okay, good to know. You take, after armor, 2 points of damage. as suddenly a slice cuts into your back and you feel something dig deep into your shoulder blade. Cutting through the strap on your rucksack and part of your armor.
Okay, I
Did we
immediately.
see
That's
anything?
it. Yeah, do we see anything as she screeches?
So I'm gonna get you to all roll initiative.
How
Okay.
many points was that?
Okay.
Like 2 points, was it?
Let's get the predator.
Okay, I have an idea too. This will be fun.
Oh, bugger.
Okay, rolling
Grenades.
initiative. Go. 12.
15.
10.
4.
No, 12, 15, 4, and 10. Wow.
I'm so going to die.
Okay, I go.
Oh dear.
Okay, great.
Okay, 15, you're up next.
So, am I able to at all work out where this thing is?
That would be a half-action spot check.
It's
I will
behind
do
me and it
that,
just stabbed me.
Yeah, it's like, so it's somewhere vaguely behind Dr. Morden, I guess.
Yes.
Spot check 13.
I
I don't know if there's any point spending an action die to up that.
I'll also let you, as a combined, do a listen check.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just a flat wisdom thing. I'll roll my hobby of listen. There we go. 7. I'm the best at this.
Yeah, you see nothing. You hear Dr. Morden cry out. The blood splatter does seem to be that, assuming that it was close by, maybe it was a knife was slashed at Dr. Morden or some sort of edged weapon. So it would be close in, but you see no sign.
What is the safe radius of a concussion grenade explosion?
Anywhere between 15 to 75 feet.
So if you're 15 feet away, you're okay, or...
The book says 15 to 75, I believe, for concussion. 330 says
Is that not
range.
like throwing range or something?
Blast increment is 5 feet. It says the size is 5. 15 feet, max 75 feet. That would be maybe the throwing, but 5 foot
I think
blast?
that's the throwing. Yeah, so it sounds like the blast is 5 feet. I
5
don't know if
feet,
there's a fall-off damage that's applied as well, or anything.
I think it's every 5 feet you lose 1 dice, I'm going to assume. I haven't found it in the book yet. I had a quick look earlier. If chat know and chat correct, please let me know. I
Oh,
can't
that
see
gives
chat.
this a 25-foot range of effects then.
Yeah. In terms of coming down on damage dice, you mean, right? EE.
Yeah.
Because this is 5d4. So...
Yeah, it would probably hit us all in this hallway.
What do you want to do? I have to press you for time. This is quick
Okay,
reaction
I've got a
combat.
shotgun. I'm gonna pick a direction that it seems like it might have been more likely to have gone in down the corridor, and I'm gonna shoot down the corridor.
Okay, make an attack roll.
So this is probably not gonna do anything. So I just pick a direction and go, die, weird alien thing, boom, and I roll a 16.
How much do you get?
16.
Okay. You can spend an action die?
Yeah, let's do it, because I've got the thing where I can roll 2, so I can add. I'll spend an action die to add 2d4 to this. So that becomes 19, because I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, your shotgun. Bang.
Nothing
Okay.
happens. No blood.
As far as you can tell, no. Right. 12, you're up.
That would be me. So, mission. Yana grabs West and grabs our doctor, and she says, "Into the lab. Keep her safe." No. And I look at the other colonel, and I
I thought
say,
we already were in the lab.
"Oh, did we go in? I thought we
You
were
were at
outside
the
the
door.
door."
We
All
were
right.
about to go in.
Yeah, we were about to go in. Go in, close the door. And I don't attack what I do is I reach in my bag for all the black war paint that I have. I have 3 jars of it, and I begin slinging it all over the hallway, walls, floor, everywhere. I want to know where this fucker is. So Yana's like slinging black paint like Jackson Pollock, trying to see if we can't sling it onto the creature or onto the floor.
Okay, make me I think this is a craft roll for painting.
I mean, I guess I have a craft is based off intelligence, so I guess it's just a regular intelligence. The only thing I can craft are weapons.
Okay, maybe just a flat dexterity.
Okay, for slinging paint, doesn't take dexterity. 5-year-old can sling paint. All right, hang on.
Can confirm.
I really just want to I just want to cover everything in it. It's not necessarily I'm trying to hit it with it. I'm trying to cover the floor in black paint, walls in black paint.
Sure. What's your roll?
15.
15. Yeah, you managed to sling most of your camo paint around that you've covered as much as you can cover using these jars of the surrounding couple of meters. Okay. And were you doing anything else? Your other half action? You grab the others and push them into the lab, right?
Basically, yeah. I want to get them in the lab, and then I would like to barricade basically the door area. If this thing is out here, I want to see it. Okay.
You can probably tell them that and move into the lab, but you wouldn't be able to hold the door closed until next turn with your action.
That's fine. Yeah. I'll get them in, and then I look to the other colonel, making the eyes. It's like, this is our stand. We have to. This is what we came for. Let's get them in the room.
Okay. Who's up next?
That's me. I'm gonna follow orders for once. I'm gonna hide behind something in the lab, aim, and on my way in, just mostly close the door and aim my gun at the only space there is left, and just fire.
So, move would be a half action. To mostly close the door would also be a half action, and aim would be a half action. So you'd have to drop one of them.
I'm not. I mean, aiming in the general sense. I mean, I'm not just gonna. Pointing my gun at the ceiling.
Sure. In which case, that
be in the
brings
ceiling.
us to Dr. Morden. What are you doing?
Right. Well, if I'm getting sort of chucked into the room, I'm probably just going to sort of and I'm just going to immediately dash over. Well, gingerly dash over to any scientific consoles or so. I'm basically going to start just trying to ferret through everything and try and work out what the fuck's going on.
Okay. So we'll drop out of combat time here as you all start barricading the room and watching that door. Are you going to close the door or are you going to leave it just ajar?
I'll probably also mention it can phase, apparently. That would imply that maybe it can go through walls. I don't know. Not sure.
I look at the walls.
Well, let's see it phase through these, and I'm going to pull my grenades out and be ready to chuck one through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're leaving it ajar and watching it. Cool.
It's like a heavy door, right?
Kozlov stays outside. Oh, okay. I'm not going in the lab. Making that clear. I'm staying in the hallway. My goal is to distract
In that case, I don't throw a grenade through the door.
Yeah, Kozlov does not go in. She wants you guys to barricade yourself, and she is acting as a distraction for you to get information and get out.
Okay. In which case, Morden, would you kindly roll me an investigate or something, please? What do you want to do? Gather information.
What's its weakness?
Say again?
What did you say?
It was some sort of roll. I don't know what role it would be here. I'm just having a look through them. Whatever you think. Computers would work, actually, because there's a lot of computer systems in here.
Computers would be good, yes.
Okay.
So firstly, you'll need to roll me a cryptography to break into the computers.
Oh, okay, crap. Never mind. Okay, fine.
For computers? We'll hold that, and then you can roll cryptography as well. 20.
17 for cryptography.
Would you like to spend an action dice on that to add D4?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's just roll 1d4, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
3.
20. Just what I was looking for.
Nice.
Most of the systems were left still powered up when all this happened, and a lot of them have been left open. Those of them that
Do any
aren't
of them
open
have like a
to-
shitty screensaver thing going on?
Yeah, like some gold symbols just floating around, like the Eye of Ra, just rotating, bouncing around the screen, whatever.
Oh, it's that
Oh,
coloured
they got
pipes
the
one.
one too. Marvelous.
Using those that are open and cross-referencing those that are closed, you manage to find some passwords, you manage to change some login details, and you manage to get most of the way in. Going through a lot of the files, it takes you maybe we're talking half an hour here. But over the course of half an hour, you manage to gather that using technology based off of the Ritu, you find that they managed to create some sort of ability to turn things out of phase of this reality. If they're out of phase, they can't be reacted with very well. It means that those people who are out of phase, or those objects that they're cloaking in that way, become invisible, become very hard to hear, become able to ignore matter to an extent. They wouldn't be able to go through walls or anything, but say bullets and stuff would injure them a little bit or slow them down a little bit, but wouldn't have the same full effect. You also find they're working on toxins to be able to take out rival Gould or Jafar. The toxins break down very quickly after exposure, but manage to send the symbiote into kind of like a death frenzy. It makes it just writhe and thrash its way until effectively it dies from a nervous system overload.
As I'm discovering this, I'm just relaying it to everybody as well. They get the running commentary.
Meanwhile, outside, Koslov doing her one-woman stand. Make me some sort of check. What do you think you would be?
Okay. So before I close the door, I do yell in as she's like clicking away to the other colonel. God, I keep forgetting his name. Colonel Irons. Yes, get information and get out. Back to portal. Behind you, permanently closed door. And I toss him another fragmentation grenade, which they don't have, to seal off the final door.
You better be right behind us.
I always am. And I'm going to close the door. And then the goal is to attract attention. So I start taking the end of my gun. Ah! As I'm running down the hallway. Ah! And I'm like banging and making noise, trying to get its attention.
Okay.
I want it to leave them alone. I do not want it in that lab.
What's your defense modifier?
13. Because I took the helmet. Won't you roll a crit?
No, but you do take 8 points of vitality damage.
Oh shit.
As a blade, as you run down the corridor, you run straight onto a blade that stabs through just under your rib. Manages to be deflected just about by your ribcage, but does skitter along through your armor.
That's okay. That's
roll
all right.
initiative with me, just you and me.
This is fine.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Well, I rolled a 9. I am impaled on a blade.
So you rolled a 9 or you got a 9?
I rolled a 9. Total, I started with God, I can't read this. I guess a 6? Yeah, a 6, yeah.
Okay, in which case I go, I'm gonna spend an action die.
How many
That's
action
a
dice
hit.
do I get? I haven't used any yet. This may be the time.
Cool. You take another 7 points of damage as this time the blade swings back and cuts across your front, opening a gash through your armor.
Okay, well, it's time to start doing it. So I guess what's the difference between vitality, wounds, subtle damage, and stress damage?
So ignore the last two. Vitality goes before wounds. It's effectively like you keep dodging the hits just, but it costs you a lot of stamina, or they are non-lethal, very superficial wounds. Like these cuts keep bouncing off your ribcage.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's not like permanent.
Yeah, it's more like you will rest this up in a few hours. It will not hamper you, whereas wounds is like you are getting very injured.
Okay. If it is that close to me and there is a blade in my chest, can I not reach out and grab it?
The blade swings across your chest or stabs into you and is pulled out. You can make a grab attempt. You don't know where it is exactly because you can't see it, but you know it's right in front of you.
There's no tracks. It hasn't passed through any of that paint. It doesn't even step in my blood now pouring on the floor.
You can spend a half action to try and do a perception or a listen to determine exactly where it is.
Okay.
But the thing is, you have to pay attention to those. Unfortunately, because it's invisible, you cannot passively just see it. You have to pay attention to the clues.
I see. And I guess survival wouldn't work for that because that's a wisdom base. Okay. Well, I do have a listen.
Yeah,
I do have a listen.
okay.
Let's do it. What's the worst that can happen, right? At this point. 14.
14 is enough. It's right in front of you and attacking you. You get a very good idea of where it is. Your attacks will not be quite as disadvantaged versus an invisible opponent. They will be tough, but they will not be anywhere near as tough as normal.
Okay. If I know it's right in front of me, if I know it is right in front of me, I will grab a... I'm going to grab a fragmentation grenade, and I simply release the pin on my hip and drop it. Go on. Hit me again, I say.
Okay. Just before it goes off...
I hate your E. I hate you so much.
I'm
He doesn't know
gonna...
what a grenade is, so you're fine.
I'm gonna add a D12 to the damage. Oh crap, that wasn't quite as good. You take another 7 points of vitality. Is your vitality reduced to 0 at this point?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Any overflow goes onto your wounds.
Okay. So how much you say? 7?
7.
Okay. Well, I take quite a lot there to my wounds. Well, I say that. Okay. So I start taking wound damage.
How much did you take to the wounds?
2 of 14.
2. Okay, so not too bad, but this time the blade does dig in a bit, and you can feel it turn a little bit inside as it begins to chip between your ribs. However, at that point, the grenade goes off. You're directly on top of it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm directly loaded with them as well.
We will roll for every single grenade you have then. Firstly, the first grenade does what? 2d10 plus...
The first frag grenade does 2d10.
Okay, would you like to roll 2d10 for you and then 2d10 for the creature, or do you want to roll 2d10 for both of you? I'll give you the choice.
Oh, I don't care. I guess it'll be easiest and fast if we just roll it for the both of us.
Okay.
So 13, that would complete me. But, on top of that, I have another 4 frag grenades that are going to go off. Along
So
with...
bear in mind that 13 is actually reduced to your armor is 11 because your armor is weak to explosives. But yes. How much
11.
Is that negative?
That leaves me with a single wound point.
You're still up. Okay.
Grenade blows up on your hip and you're still alive. Fair enough.
How many grenades are you carrying?
I have 4 frag grenades left, on top of 2 concussion grenades that have not gone off, and a smoke grenade.
Concussion grenades are much more difficult to detonate, but the frag grenade maybe. I'll let you roll a d20 for each of them. On 19 or 20, they will go off. So if you can just roll me 4 d20s.
That's
12, 11, 19, and 12.
54
None
total.
go off. However, it is your action. You have 1 wound point left. You are teetering on the edge of unconsciousness. You can feel the blood pulsing, leaving you from all of these shrapnel injuries as the explosion happened literally inches away from you.
Can I still have no visual of it. It's not bleeding. It's not like, there's no way for me to be able to see it.
No, most definitely you can see a slight shimmer in the air. There's a little bit of trickles of blood here and there. There's definitely a shadow created on the wall where there isn't any damage from where the grenade was on the opposite side of the creature. You know vaguely where it is.
I mean, let's be real. Yana ain't coming back at this point. She knew that. If I know vaguely where it...
Of
I was about...
Kozlov!
Yeah, she goes, run, she says, as she's gonna... So I did get a 19. You said 29 or 19. So I did get a 19 on the last one, but I will pull another grenade.
Grip?
You have
It's saying
two
one
half
of the
actions.
dice before was a 19. I don't know what it was you were looking for.
I was looking for 19 or 20, but to be fair, it is really hard. So you know what?
Yep.
Oh, cool. You do 2 half actions. If you want to pull 2 grenades, you can. Alternatively,
Actually,
you can back up and take a shot. And I would say that the shot here would be a normal shot. If anything, even possibly a little bit easier because it's a little bit stunned.
Actually, I got a better idea. I pull both the throwing knives from my hip and sling them at the thing because I want to see them stick into something. Fuck that. Be damned a gun. She grabs 2 throwing knives and just slings them out with all she's got left. She gets 2 shots. I think this will work.
I think it's an action to draw the knife, but I can say that you had one in your hand anyway. So yeah, I'll let you roll.
Okay.
That.
So that did not work. I don't know why. Oh, it's because I didn't add my attack. Hang on. So the attack on that 5 should have been, the first one should have been with my dex, a 6. Right, because the attack is just a bonus on a dex.
It should be your basic attack bonus. So your basic attack bonus is how many?
Base, say attack type unarmed, 4?
No, it will be arranged because you're using throwing knives.
Right. Fortitude. Oh, I gotta go down here for ranged. So it is just a 2. Okay. So throwing knives is just 2. So that would be the first one that goes out is only a 7 to hit, which probably doesn't. The second one has it.
You do have action dice.
Oh, that's true. I don't know how to use those. Do I get to re-roll with an action dice? Because I only rolled an 8 that last time.
D4.
You can add a D4.
It still won't hit, will it?
They do
If you roll
explode.
if you roll a 4, you can keep rolling. Keep
The
adding.
dice do explode on action dice.
Sure,
Alright.
you've got an 8 if you want to spend an action dice. I mean, Young's going out now.
Yeah, and Kozlov's theme, if nothing, is explosions.
10.
Damn.
Then.
Never mind.
Yeah, I should have just stuck with the grenades. I wanted them to be able to see it, but
No, first one.
that's it. That's all I can do.
Okay,
I am.
it makes an attack. Yeah,
I'm sorry, what was the number?
it missed.
Oh, it missed. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. You just broke up.
At this point, I'm moving out of my position and into the corridor.
No!
Okay. She did run down the corridor, so it's going to take you an action to get within sight of her.
I'm gonna say to Morden, "You got that info?
Yes, I do. Got it all right here. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Good. Let's get out of here."
Oh, okay then.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna move and check down the corridor with the shotgun, and then I assume we came in the opposite direction to the way Kozlov ran.
Morden, you would find a note in the computer as you're leaving related to the fact that in the storage area, they do have a doorway. And it's listed as doorway, not as in it's just a door. It's an artifact that is a doorway.
Oh.
Oh, I think there might be a second thingy here. I'm gonna go and check. Hang on. I'm gonna run and sort of.
Funnily enough, Yana Kozlov did run in the direction of the storage area for artifacts because that's the other way.
Oh dear.
Ah, right. Okay. In that case, I'm not. Right. Hang on. Okay. So basically, all the explosions and bad shit is happening where the doorway is.
Towards the doorway, yes.
Right. There's a doorway, an artifact. I think there might be a second Stargate or something there, an escape route, but it's blocked by that.
Okay, Yana, it missed its attack against you. You feel a slight movement of air in front of you as something swings, but it's definitely short. You're up. What do you want to do? And you can hear and now vaguely see Commander Irons running up behind you as he spends his turn trying to join the fight.
Kozlov, we're moving out.
No, not this way, she screams. I can still see the creature. I feel it like swing but miss, yeah?
There's a way out!
You know it's in front of you. You can't see it as easily as you could last turn because it did move.
Yeah.
But the DC would be lower than it normally is. If you wish to spend an action spotting it or listening it, then you could lower that even more, or you could just go 2 attacks.
No, I need to try identify it because I want to grapple it. I would like to jump on it.
Ah, okay. Sure. In which case you can make a spot or a listen.
So I went with the listen at a 9.
Do you want to spend an action dice?
Yes. How many of those do I have?
4. You spend
Okay.
3 now.
It's a 10. My rolls are crap today, gang.
Oh, dear.
My rolls were even crapper. I got a 3.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah. In front of you, you hear a very heavy footstep as it kind of missteps. Its foot obviously injured. That was a pretty big miss, so yeah, you would have a pretty easy time compared to normal grappling it right now. You're pretty sure you know where its leg is.
Okay, great. I want to. I don't know if it's a jump, if it's just a strength, straight strength grab, but I would like to basically tackle it, grab it, so that they can run past me.
Okay, make a unarmed attack. I believe this is just using your melee attack bonus.
Okay, that would be. Let me just check that. Oh, good. That's much higher. Okay, gang. A 13? Action die! I'm gonna use them all on attacking this stupid thing. Haha, 16!
I had a 13. You needed 14. You got 16 with the action die. You managed to just about grab what appears to be a wrist as your fingers kind of sink in halfway but stop as you feel this weird resistance.
And I simply say, run!
At this point, Commander Irons, you manage to run forwards and see Yana obviously gripping something in midair, and then you can see her bumping against what appears to be a body, maybe? You know which end of the object is the hand, probably, and which end is probably the body location.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say, sorry about your ears, and then fully unload this automatic shotgun into the space where this person...
Wait, I'm downrange, yo!
He's next to
So-
you.
You're on 1 health and you're about to pull pins
I
on
guess that's
grenades.
true.
You're
I'm
fine.
I'm bleeding out pretty heavily. I'm
So,
running out of hope right now.
this is a full action. This is a full action to take full auto. How many full autos are you doing? Because each one is a -1 on the attack roll, but would do more damage.
Do more damage in that I can roll the normal damage more than once?
So what happens when you make an auto fire is that you say, I'm auto firing for 2 shots. You would take a -1 for each one past the first one, you take a -1. So for 2 shots, you take a -1. And if you manage to beat your DC by 4, you get to do damage twice. If you took 3 shots and beat the DC by 8, you do damage 3 times.
Beat the DC by a certain amount?
Yeah, each time you beat the DC by 4, 8, 12, depending on how many shots you're taking. If you take 3 shots, you can go up to 8. If you take 2 shots, it's just 4. It's the number of times you can make extra damage. It's like each shot hitting.
Okay, I think, was it 2 shots for 4?
Yes, you take a -1 on the attack.
Okay. That's still +5, so it's not too bad. Let's do it. I got a 9!
No.
I'm gonna use an action dice on that. Come on.
The damage
Go
was
for it.
great.
Yeah, I want to keep that damage. That's what's going on.
Yeah, that was 4 4s and a 1 on D4s.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's probably he can't see.
Oh, exploding!
Exploding.
13 so far.
15!
15.
You're so lucky. 15. Please roll the extra damage because you did know. You only hit it once. How much was the damage?
The damage was 17.
Yeah, 17.7. So I was like, please hit.
Yana, there is a damp, wet, warm feeling splashes across your face. There's nothing there, but it feels damp, it feels wet, and it feels half insubstantial. The thing in your arms goes limp.
Ha! I spit blood at it, which I'm sure I have little of left.
A lot. You're almost out of it. You're barely conscious.
I'm gonna put Yana's Kozlov's arm around my shoulder and like sling my gun. Let's get out of here.
I'm taking the thing with us. It's coming with us.
Okay.
I'm back guarding Morden, but when you come dragging it along, I can probably help you drag it along.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
like-
take scalpels! Marvelous! Alright then.
I keep trying to put the cigar in my mouth, which is slipping clear of all the blood.
Should we not try and find both its wrists and tie it up or something?
I don't think it's going nowhere.
You sure?
You make your way further down the corridor into the warehouse storage area where one thing immediately draws your eye. It is what appears to be a slightly warped mirror. It's about 2.5 meters high by probably 2 meters wide. It is almost perfectly 2D. There doesn't seem to be any depth to it. And it's reflecting all the surroundings except for you four.
That the portal?
I don't know. I was hoping for Stargate. This is not a Stargate, is it?
How
Can
does
we
this
go
work? Are
through?
we vampires now?
I'm gonna poke it with my pencil.
Morden disappears. But you can see her still in the mirror. Morden, everyone else disappears. You can still see them in the mirror.
I'm gonna poke the thing again.
Morden disappears this time for good.
Oh dear.
Morden, you can't see them, they can't see you.
We're gonna have to go in after her.
There's only one way forward. Fucking forward. I spit blood everywhere. I light my cigar
blood
while I'm
gets
at it.
on
If it's
you.
gonna be my last, I'm gonna light up. She lights the cigar and begins like poking on it. When there's no going back.
Okay. You all three touch the mirror?
I guess I've just followed what everyone else does.
I was about to say, do we have a better choice at this point? We know we can't go back through the Stargate.
Nothing changes for you three, but now you see Morden again. Now we'll get to where Morden is. Morden, you can see them again in the mirror. However, your more immediate concern is that you are underwater.
I touch the mirror. I touch the thing again. And I'm just like,
Morden disappears. You three see Morden disappear.
Oh no.
I keep dragging the body, and I push through helmet first into the next phase of this.
Instantly, you three are now underwater. You see Morden standing surrounded by flames.
I'm gonna touch it again to make sure we all three of us go back
Go through, yeah.
so we don't drown. Morden, stop this!
How
And
End up
unfair.
with Morden.
Our officer.
okay, fire up!
How on fire is this place? Do we have to leave immediately?
Pretty on fire. There's a siren going off in Gould. Morden, however, instinctively touches it. Do you go with her?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. This time, bam, you're back. And it's empty and quiet. There aren't the same number of boxes that you saw the other time.
Let's not do
And-
that again.
Does this
Clear.
look the same to you?
Can we leave not through this thing now?
This seems different.
There's also no prickling on the back of your necks. That weird sensation is no longer there. You also feel that your equipment is now hanging much more freely.
Great.
Well, this is fine. You know what? Let's just go and see if the Stargate is there.
Yeah, make do.
Have we still managed to keep hold of the corpse? I think I was probably like dragging it.
Dragging it, yeah, I was hand on it.
I want Kozlov and West to make concentration checks.
Concentration. Oh.
I'm bleeding out.
How do
Bleeding out,
Yeah.
underwater, fire.
How do you do?
Oh, I
concentration?
crit
Is it
failed.
just-
Well,
just
it was a 1.
Just a wisdom.
1 and a 6.
I'm going to spend an action die to make
15.
that a crit fail.
Okay.
I'm going to spend an action die to make a crit fail and say that, West, you had a choice between losing the
Can I
corpse.
action die?
I made it a crit fail, so you can't beat a crit fail.
But I didn't crit fail. Someone
Yeah,
else.
dot crit failed.
Dot crit failed.
I got a 15.
I did.
Yeah, but dot crit failed. So you would have a choice. You could either
right.
keep the corpse with you, or you may have lost Kozlov along the way to the water.
I wasn't looking after Kozlov.
I'm looking
That
after
was Irons'
Kozlov.
job.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was the one helping me.
I'm carrying the
I
body.
want what
Irons then to make a quick swim check.
Oh my god! I actually put points into this. I'm
Good old
so
Southern
glad.
boys swimming in the creek.
Koslov, you can make a
19.
check roll.
Oh, I have this too. I think some kind of maybe.
Come on, Marines.
Who are
Oh
Marines?
shit, son.
18 and 18.
You fill up the body, and sopping wet, Koslov is being supported by Irons.
Yeah. I'm
You
gonna.
go through the floating. Hmm?
Yeah. If we're sort of if we're back somewhere safe, I'm gonna immediately start trying to patch you up a bit. Just be like, right, let's just slap some skin stuff on you.
Right. And actually, I bought one of those. I've
got some in my. I've got some stuff in my medical kit.
As you're doing this, Morden, you hear a loud voice in Gould over a tannoy. It translates as 5 minutes till self-destruct.
Right, we need to go now. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Self-destruct. Let's go. Run.
Koslov goes,
5 minutes.
Damn it, those
Okay.
damn aliens.
to the ground.
Run.
Like slap some
Okay.
liquid skin on myself and run.
Do I have to abandon
You
the
run.
corpse to keep up, or can I make like a check?
You have to roll. You would have to roll. If you wish to roll, you can, but the roll is if you try and keep the corpse, you risk falling behind. And if
Can
you
we not
make
put it
roll
on?
because I have a feat that gives me +4 when rolling strength or dex-based things.
There you go.
What do I roll?
Make a strength roll because
Okay.
there's no strength skill.
Okay, that's a d20 +6, so this is not too terrible.
Bless you.
15 action die. 16. God damn it, I hate action dice.
Okay, 16 is enough that you manage to just about lug most of the corpse along. You feel something tear, but since you can't see what tore, you have no idea. It feels a lot lighter now, though.
We need this for like alien science, right?
Yay. Right. Run.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
tear ass.
You get outside, and there's no wind. There's still dust, but there's no wind.
Don't care.
The
Keep going.
target isn't active.
The storm's over, yay!
The gate's not active.
Nope.
It doesn't
Wait.
matter. Run for the gate. We can communicate when we get there. Let's just bridge the gap.
No, can we dial? Sort of like it's sort of like what's the procedure with getting back? We dial out in whatever.
We
Hmm.
dial Earth.
Yeah.
You just dial Earth.
Okay.
Send your IDC, which is your iris identification code, so that iris deactivation code, so they don't slap you against the iris, and you go through.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to be like, right. Let's just.
Okay.
We get
15
confirmation,
seconds.
right?
You don't, I don't think you get an iris identification code confirmation. I can't remember. I don't know.
Okay. Hmm.
The gate activates.
Right. Go. Just going to jump
I
through.
dive through
Yeah.
carrying the thing.
I'm gonna cover them as the others go in, and then carry Koslov if Koslov is.
Yeah, I'm still probably
Yeah.
bleeding out, but
Okay. You go through the gate. There's that momentary feeling of cold, of being squished, and then suddenly you find yourself back in the bottom of the SGC with a lot of guns pointed at you.
Close the iris. Close the iris. There's going to be an explosion. Close the iris.
Someone looks stunned, but they do start to close the iris. And then there's and about 25 people in front of you, all pointing guns, take a step back.
and then I immediately say, I am Lieutenant Kozlov.
We
This
need
is
a
my
medical
team.
team in here.
Hi.
No, stop talking!
Wait. Where's
This
the?
is stop talking. We hands in air, she says.
But wait. Do
They will kill. These are not. This is not where we think we are. I don't recognize any of these people, right?
I've one
You
hand
don't
up and
recognize
one's
a lot of
holding
them, but
the
some of them
arm.
have slightly different hairstyles. Some of them have different uniforms, and in fact, you see Dr. Rhodes, but she's no longer got a mohawk.
Oh, Dr. Rhodes. Hello.
I'm like, well, goatees went
What-
in fashion
what-
while
This
we were
is,
gone.
this,
Got
is
the
not,
mohawk?
this is not same place. I am
didn't think
Lieutenant.
she had a mohawk.
I am Lieutenant
Who
Colonel.
are you, and how do you have the IDC for SG-13? We haven't even got an SG-13.
I am trying to tell you. I am Lieutenant Colonel Kozlov. This is my team. We were sent on mission by Stargate. We are SG-13. We have passed through multiple gooey portals. We are seriously injured. We simply want help.
Airmen, relieve them of their weapons and take them to medical.
And Kozlov starts like unloading what grenades she has on the body and starts like dumping.
I'm doing it with one hand and then I'm holding up some apparently nothing, being like, I've got an invisible alien. Have we got some scientists?
And that's where we close.
We have invisible alien.
Lived.
Oh, and we still have like what? Just the arm? Is it visible?
No, it's still invisible.
Well, you know, one thing at a time. I just wanted to make sure they didn't open fire on us.
Oh dear.
I can't believe we lived.
Me either.
Yeah.
I literally thought I was going under.
I was
That was
fully
1 HP.
expecting us to splat against the iris, and that was going to be the end of it.
1 HP, dear lord.
I was
Blow
willing to
up
pull
a
it
grenade on you, and it's like you did the
Now
noble
with the cool
sacrifice,
kids
and you're like, I'm still here. What?
pat stuff down, yeah.
And now we're the cool kids from an alternate dimension, right? Brilliant.
Yeah, we get our own spin-off series.
Yeah, we're cool. Yeah, it's like
I love that.
now we need to not event horizon. What was it? Quantum leap our way home.
Want to leave our way back home?
Oh,
For a
boy.
moment, I thought that was going to be the main series, just from the like second episode onward. I was like, oh no, we're not going to quantum leap this, are we? Because we got stuck on the planet and we didn't know the way home.
I'm so
I was
glad
in
you
the same
touched the mirror twice, though, Fuzzy.
Oh,
Why?
because everything's
Because,
water
like,
and
yeah.
everything's fire, and now everything's exploding.
Oh shit!
Imagine that's what she
Oh, this is fine. This'll do. Everything's all fine.
you know what you need to do, Internet? She's got a green screen. Just change the background.
every time.
Make it a gift. Just dunk, dunk, dunk. Anyway, I know Fuzzy needs to run off, so let's do the
Dot.
outro real quick.
Dot's gotta run.
Yeah, Fuzzy's
Sorry,
fine.
Dot needs to run off. So let's do the outro real quick. Dot, who are you? What are you doing when we find you?
I am Little Red Dot. You can find me online on the Twitches and the Twitters at Little Red Dot. A little underscore red underscore dot. I play a lot of tabletop RPG on super awesome networks just like this one, as well as my own Twitch channel where I playtest indie games for new game designers. Yeah. Follow me. You can catch my schedule online. I'm literally getting ready to go straight from here over to Monty Cook Gaming's channel to go play a Cypher game, which I'm actually already late for. Thank you, time zone changing silliness. Yeah, so that's me. That's what I do, and I love it here on Roll4It. I love it. I simply do.
Okay. This is going to cause overlay issues, but since you're already late, bye.
Bye.
Bye, you guys. Sorry, I have to go. Bye.
We're going to get stuck between multiple
Oh,
dimensions.
here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
everyone's buggered.
There we go.
Touch the
except
mirror.
Josh. Josh is mostly okay.
I'm fine.
Josh,
my
who are
face
you?
is
What are you doing
like.
when we find you?
I'm Josh. I do internet, video game, and tabletop things. God damn it. On Gaming FTL. Find me tomorrow playing Vampire Thin Bloods 5th edition with the incredible Fuzzy. And also, I don't know, buy my merch. I don't have merch.
She gets some merch.
Patreon, I guess.
Woo!
You don't get some.
I'll just be
Fuzzy.
over here. I'll be over here.
Who are you? What are you doing when we find you?
Right, I'm Fuzzy Freaks. You can find me on twitch.tv/Fuzzy Freaks. I'm going to be on Vampire tomorrow with Josh. And is she going to be on tomorrow as well again?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. And also I play a lot of games on my channel. And yeah, it's I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect recently. Hence why my character's called Morden. Because, seashells. It never ever came up, but she actually has like her hobby is shell collecting.
Oh.
Also basket weaving.
That's why you had to come on this mission. Someone else might have gotten it wrong.
Exactly.
Well,
Hey,
if you had spent time underwater, you would have found some really cool shells.
also drowned.
That's
And
true.
then
I wanted to have a part where people would swim.
So did I, because I had +9 in
Bentham.
swimming.
I have no swimming. Bentham, do the thing.
Who are you? What do you do?
I'm
What are you?
Bentham. My YouTube channel is Mangleport Gaming, where I play Factorio and Return of the Obra Dinn and Kingdoms and Castles. And also yesterday, we played the Blackout Club, where we all got chased by more things that wanted to kill us. Actually, we got chased by an invisible monster.
We
It's
did!
literally
It was
that
practice.
was perfect practice. That was that was entirely it all
Yeah.
came together. The four of
Running,
us
screaming.
had a practice
running.
run of being chased by an invisible thing, and what happened was every time it turned up, we got slaughtered. And then we came to this one where we were more effective at being slaughtered.
Although, let's face it, if Little Red Dot hadn't, sat there and gone, "Phew," if she hadn't done a Vasquez, then, we would have had a bad time. can take
I
this
was ready
out.
to do it next if it didn't work for her, just like an endless chain of people grenading themselves till it works. Though I was gonna stand in the corridor and throw concussion grenades down either side, and then hope that I was out of the range of them enough.
Yeah, see, my character didn't have any grenades, so she probably would have just tried to talk it down. Can't we talk about this? No.
I like that my character in the end, I guess this is an after show thing, but it's like, it's aliens, they're gonna kill us, and then it was aliens and they tried to kill us. But yeah, that's me. Playing games. How'd you get here? Who are you?
I am here by the miracle of a broken cell phone mast that means that my connection is super dodge. But hi, I'm Enter Elysium. You can catch me, or at least the things I've already recorded because I have no internet right now, over at youtube.com/Enter Elysium, twitch.tv/Enter Elysium, where I'm not at the moment because I can't stream without internet, and Instagram, cat pictures videos.
Cat picture.
There we go. Is that all the peoples? Did we do all the peoples?
We did all the people. There's tips. Go check the
Okay,
tips.
let's do the tips. Thank you very much to Eclipse Texas for supporting today's episode. This very spooky themed episode that also, it just so happens, took place on the 24th anniversary of the Stargate movie. We didn't know that till someone told us in chat earlier. But there you go. Stargate as a concept is 24 years old today. Well, we've done it justice with this madness. Okay, tips. There's a few. We have from Craytill, $20, natural 20, open fire. I think that was when we shot through the gap in the door.
Woo!
We have Ponyu7, $5, witnesses Kozlov. That's probably the part where she blew herself up.
Witness. Shiny and chrome, motherfuckers. Shiny and chrome.
And then we have Craytill with $10, Sliders RPG, which is almost what
No,
Stargate was.
legit. Like, I would have liked to spend the entire episode with that mirror.
Oh yeah, we got to do that one sometime. And the Unspeakable with $5. This so needs to be revisited. We'll have to follow this story again next time Lauren's away. Maybe a Christmas special or
Well,
something.
SG-13 have now gone to the continuum where Rhodes is maybe the Rhodes from the actual universe.
Hmm.
No more Mohawk.
And that's the tips.
Okay, I think that means we're good. So go check out the YouTube channel, which is Sounds of Silence, episode 10 now?
It might be out now, it might not. It depends on if Rick has managed to edit out the horrific ear-splitting beeps yet.
They're pretty easy to see because they're the loudest thing.
Yeah. I think mainly the issue is the processing and upload time. So it might be out by now, we'll have to see. Don't do this to us. I'm gonna end. One important announcement is next week we'll be back to normal time because the US will have caught up with the rest of the world, I believe.
Except for Saturday.
Yeah.
It's US on Saturday. It's going to be
It
different.
happens between
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday just to make things even more confusing for viewers of Roll4It. But that's all the important stuff. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. We're going to go record an after show if you want to watch that. We have a Patreon, so on and so forth. See ya.